Born and raised in the Lone Star Land, with boots on my feet and dreams in my hand. A little sassy but a whole lot of grace. You'll see that fire when you look in my face. I'm a Texas girl with a heart so wide, family and friends always by my side. From the crack of dawn to the stars at night, I keep it real, keep my soul burning bright. Barbecue smoke, Friday night lights, cheering for the Astros under Texas skies. A little bit stubborn, a whole lot of charm. This big old heart will keep you warm. I'm a Texas girl with a heart so wide, family and friends always by my side. From the crack of dawn to the stars at night, I keep it real, keep my soul burning bright. Barbecue smoke, Friday night lights, cheering for the Astros under Texas skies. A little bit stubborn, a whole lot of charm. This big old heart will keep you warm. I'm a Texas girl with a heart so wide, family and friends always by my side. From the crack of dawn to the stars at night, I keep it real, keep my soul burning bright. From the blue bonnet fields to the city streets, every step I take feels like home to me. With a little sass and a lot of pride, this Texas girl's got nothing to hide. I'm a Texas girl with a heart so wide, family and friends always by my side. From the crack of dawn to the stars at night, I keep it real, keep my soul burning bright. Gummy shoe prints, laid them down the street. Chocolate wrappers hiding secrets sweet. They don't miss a beat, they've got a knack. With licorice ropes pulling answers back. Twist the wrapper to reveal the truth. A sticky web spun by a candy sloop. No sour lies can escape the grip. These lollipops.
Sebastian, sweet boy, where have you gone? The sun sets low, but we keep marching on. The wind whispers your name soft through the pines, a melody aching in these hearts of mine. Roads are endless, the nights are cold, but your story's a light we'll never let go. Where are you, sweet boy Sebastian? We're searching the hills, the rivers, the plains. You deserve better, oh you deserve better. And your army is fighting through heartache and pain. Your laughter once rang like bells through the air. Now silence just lingers, it's more than we can bear. We carry your memory, a flag in our hands. Through shadows and valleys, through shifting sands. The roads are endless, the nights are cold, but your story's a light we'll never let go. Where are you, sweet boy Sebastian? We're searching the hills, the rivers, the plains. You deserve better. Oh, you deserve better. And your army is fighting through heartache and pain. Your laughter once rang through heartache and pain.
Well, hello, my friends. How y'all doing? So good to see everybody. Thank y'all so much for being here. Appreciate y'all. Hey, Brenda. Hey, Linda. Miss Kathy. Peggy, how you doing? Hey, Valley Gal. Good to see you. Michelle, how you doing? Hey, Yankee girl. Let's see who else we got with us. Do. Hey, brown eyes girl, how you doing? And there's our beautiful chick, Keely, our chat cheerleader. Love you so big, girl. Let's see here what we got. Do. Looky there. Why, looky who wanted to come out and play. Hey, you freaking weirdo. I got your number. And guess what? So does the authorities where you live. Keep putting it out there, buddy boy. The more I can report you, the more evidence we'll have. Just saying. Let's see here. Lisa King, good to see you. See who else we got with us. Hey, Bobby. Good to see you, sweetheart. Hope you're doing good today. There's our beautiful Kelly East. Good to see you, my friend. And let's see who else we got. Hey, Mama. Good to see you. Boy, we got all our friends up in here. Hey, Teresa. Hey, wannabe sleuthin'. Happy Juneteenth to everyone. Can't stay long because we are prepping for our Juneteenth celebration. You go, girl. Enjoy yourself. Hey, Melissa. Good to see you. Let's see. Two-stepping. Hello. Let's see if anybody else comes sneaking up in here with us. Do. Hey, cool gamer. Good to see you. Let me see. Get down to the end of chat here. I don't want to miss anybody. Hey, Veronica. Good to see you. Hope you're doing good. All righty. We got everybody, I think. Hey, Mama 70. How you doing? Good deal. Good deal. Welcome, everybody. And thanks so much for being here with us. Like Wannabe Sleuthin' said, happy Juneteenth to everyone. Okay, Brenda, I'll be looking for it. I will. I don't know. TJ may be busy or something. She might pop up in here. Who knows? But thank you all for being here. Appreciate y'all. And of course, most of y'all probably saw the ugly comment that was made directed towards DJ. If you ever see that, please report that person for harassment and bullying and scroll on down and click misinformation. So, anyways, so good to have everybody. Hope y'all are doing good, having a good day. I hope these storms hasn't caught anybody off guard too much, and y'all have all been faring pretty well. We had some pretty rough storms come through in the middle of the night, but today's just been overcast and very humid. But let's see what else I was going to tell you. Oh, yesterday. Sorry guys, I had to just take the day and not touch YouTube. I just had to. My mind was just melted. My emotions were worn out, all the things, and I had to step away for a day. So I set my lawn chairs out in the sun, turned on some music, and just absorbed some good old fashioned vitamin D. And so it did my mind some good, I tell you. But all the mess is still rumbling on. And it is what it is. Authorities will be handling things very soon. And when I tell you, if you go missing, we're going to put blue eyes on it because that girl can find anything. She is amazing. I would get so tired and she would just keep going and going and going with it. Yeah, Teresa, I did. I needed that mental stopping point and just me and Ziva stayed outside most of the day yesterday. Just enjoyed the day. And it was good for me. It's what I needed. And of course, that's what I came back to is some more crap. But anyways, it is what it is. And life keeps going and that's all good. But like I said, if anybody sees Shane, SHYAYNE, make any kind of comment, just click on his logo and hit report. Harassment and bullying, scroll down and do misinformation. So that's what we're going to do. Take a screenshot. Yeah, I saw that, Brown Eyes. I saw that. Yep, got that screenshot. Already sent that in. Yankee Girl says, nice day after yesterday. Tornado 20 miles from us. Internet was awful. Oh, goodness. Well, I know Miss Rhonda had 5 tornado warnings from like 1 o'clock in the morning to 5 o'clock. I think that was what, Wednesday night, Thursday morning early. So, I tell you, this weather is insane crazy. Super crazy. Oh, let me tell you what happened yesterday. My cousin came over. He's sitting across from me on the love seat over across from me. And he's talking, and I have the windows, the shades pulled up and everything. And all of a sudden, his face just went, what? And I was like, what's wrong with you? Because he is sick and he's been battling with a lot. So I was like, what happened? What's wrong? And he goes, oh my God, you won't believe what I just saw running back there. And I was like, back where? And I'd jump up and turn around and look out the window. And there's this big hayfield pasture on the other side of us over here. And he said it was a cougar. Well, someone else on the little community Facebook group for out here said that the cougar was back here in the neighborhood wandering around for a while. I was like, oh my gosh. And it was Thursday night or Wednesday night. Anyways, we're not going to acknowledge. Thank you, TJ. But anyways, I went to let Ziva out. I opened the door. It's like 1:30 in the morning. She had to go out. And I opened the door and she goes out onto the deck. And y'all, I'm not joking. She bolted across the deck and jumped off into the backyard. And I went to step down to see what was going on. And when I stepped down and got a whiff, I hollered at her. Thank goodness she minds and comes right on back up on the porch because there was skunk somewhere. Blech. I was like, get in the house. Oh, it was so strong. Oh, anyways. Hey, TJ. But yeah, I'm like, my goodness. We went for a golf cart ride the other day and there were 3 deers. And even just staring at them, she was had her head cocked. She's like, what are those? We have quite the wildlife out here. And this morning I opened the door and I was like, oh, nothing like an armadillo waddling across the road. I was like, my gosh, the rain must be driving everybody out of the bushes. Almost like YouTube, right? um, oh yeah. Tomorrow night we'll do a live tomorrow. And then tomorrow night, I think on What the Fuss, we're just gonna hang out, listen to some music, chill, have a good time. If y'all want to come and join us over there on What the Fuss. I haven't been over there since I think my birthday was the last time we were over there. Your favorite animal is deer. There is 3 of them that just roam around out here. They stay in this little compound we're in over here. It's a little gated community and the water's right there. And yeah, they just walk around. And if you're loud, they'll kind of run off, but they don't run far, but they get far enough away from you. But if you're just driving by, they're just right there beside you. And so, yeah, Kathy, I think we're just going to kind of chill and do something fun, you know, because I think we could all use it at this point, right? Oh, look at there's Miss Rhonda. Miss Rhonda fell asleep. Hope you got some good rest. You're probably still catching up from tornado night. You were busy. Busy, busy. Two Step and said we have coyote, fox family, and rarely but a bear. Oh, I don't know that I'd be real excited about seeing a bear. Kind of like I was nervous letting Ziva out after knowing the cougar was out there. He was like, that was a cat. And I said, yeah, Miss Peggy down here that lives like 2 from us, 2 lots down from us, she has a cat. He goes, no, this was a big one. I was laughing at him. His face was priceless. Priceless. And then when he went to leave, he was walking real careful. And I was like, are you scared? He said, hell yeah, I'm scared. He said, that sucker was big. He made me laugh. But he did cook me some dinner and brought it over. That was yummy. I've never seen a live octopus. I would love to, Keely. Oh, I bet it did, Miss Rhonda. Keely, you like octopus? How fun. I would love to see a real one in person. My granddaughter, the oldest granddaughter, her favorite animal is a sloth. She absolutely loves them. She was about 2 years old, and every time she saw one on TV, she would get all excited and jump up and down and say, sloth, sloth. So, yes. Hello, Jacqueline. Good to see you. But yeah. Just some fun. That's it. We all need some fun. There is so much crap out here on the streets of YouTube. It's so gross. You get off of YouTube these days and almost feel like you need to go take a shower and wash the grunge off of you. It's horrible. And yet we're supposed to be here talking about people that need help and need to be found. Yes, she loves Zootopia. That's one of her favorites. She says she loves that sloth in there. I bought her, she was probably about 4, and I bought her this big, huge stuffed sloth. And I was down in Galveston and had just went in some shops and stuff, found this big, huge sloth. It's probably about 10 times as big as she was. And she slept with it every night. And when I, was living there, that girl's fixing to turn 13 in a month. And she still sleeps with that same sloth. Toy Story 5 is in the movie theaters. Oh my goodness. My kids were little when the first one came out. So, yeah. Wowza, wowza. Sometimes it's good to just get on the Disney Channel and watch some kids shows just to enjoy and to laugh at it and have fun with it, because this world that we live in, it's horrible. It's a horrible place. So, hey, Amy Lynn. Look at her. She comes in hot. She's saying, everybody hit that like, please. Thank you, Amy. That's so sweet. I appreciate it. My favorite Disney movie. I don't know. My kiddos are all getting so big that we don't watch Disney movies too much anymore, but God, there were so many good ones that Disney puts out. I do like to watch Dr. Pole. I love watching him. And I like watching Dr. Oakley, the Alaskan vet. I like those shows. Those are really good. Yeah, Amy Lynn, YouTube is a horrible place these days. Horrible, horrible, horrible. And the girl that was missing for a while, and they believe they found her body. I'm really starting to wonder, is YouTube doing any good, or are we actually doing worse to help? Because this girl, I think her name's Elena or something like that. She's a fitness instructor, and her case is sounding more and more and more like Micah Miller's. Just like John Paul Miller and him committing her because she was trying to leave him. And shortly after she gets out, Micah's found unalived. And it really makes you wonder, because it seems like the same things are happening with this new case. Almost identical, except for with Micah, her husband was a pastor. So he had a very religious standing in the community. And this new one, her husband was retired law enforcement. But he had a good standing in the community as well. And yet it's like he's mirroring Micah Miller's disappearance. Hate to tell him, but he should have kept watching a little further in, because it didn't go well for John Paul Miller at the end. And so, I do question, do we do these cases any justice? Do we actually help, or do we just give people more ideas how to carry out their own horrible, dark obsessions? Hey, Holly girl. Good to see you. Hey, past Ellie, now he is a PI. Yeah, yeah, Lisa. I mean, ugh. Yes, John Paul is still in jail, but this new Elena, I think her name's Elena. She was a fitness instructor. She went missing. But come to find out, her husband had just had her committed. Just like Micah Miller's. He started putting it out as if she was crazy. Oh, yeah, her hubby is sus. But it's almost identical, like a mirror to mirror comparison here. It's crazy. And yet, YouTube True Crime puts all the stuff out there, trying to sit here in our little community. There you go, Elena Catherine Moore. That's it, Wannabe Sleuthin'. Thank you so much. Yeah, similarities are unreal. And we sit here and decipher all these things about all these cases, just like we did with Summer Wells. Come to find out, kin folks are over here watching and their kid goes missing. Hello? Were they taking notes? Chris Proudfoot himself said he followed the Summer Wells case. Both kids. All the similarities. You know what I'm saying? All those similarities. We just did that stream not too long ago. And I just covered a few of it. There's so much more in the similarities that it's almost scary. Almost scary. And are we doing good? Or are we doing not good? Are we helping these evil, disgusting minded people? Are we giving them ideas? I don't know, but I do question it from time to time. Are we a breeding ground for something that's not quite happened yet? Are we helping these evil, sadistic people create their scenario and how they're going to play out their ugliness? Michelle says, I want to believe that true crime can be helpful on here, but more I see, the more I think it's not as productive due to too much opinions involved and not real facts needed for any case. 100%. 100%. And, you know, although we do see red flags that are just so obvious and everything, our Wayback Wednesday is leading to that series of hearing everything, every word, concentrating on every word said. Law enforcement tells us little things in a way without actually coming out and saying, I think this person's lying to me, or, you know, this kid is probably no longer alive kind of situation. And to listen to the parents and the words they're saying, we're going to start finding or working on a little series here in a little while. It's what our Wayback Wednesday's leading up to where we can be able to recognize, not get center focused on one thing and stay there, but to pull ourselves outside of a box. And it's okay to have opinions. But if you can't look at different types of scenarios because of certain words that are being said, we're not doing these cases any good. And, early on in Sebastian's case, corruption in Sumner County was talked about. I even fell into that rabbit hole. I did. Because it was almost too obvious, the family connections that are there, that I wasn't reading every word that they said, getting that transcript, looking at it, going over those words that were said in those statements. And that's something we're going to talk about tonight too, here in a little bit. Hey, Tabitha Star, good to see you, sweetheart. But Michelle, that's it. To go outside the box also means leaving opinions and emotions in case aside to actually be able to help. Like I said, I do not believe Seth did anything to his son, but I do question, why had they not cleared him? If his alibi checks out, if he's told them the truth, nothing has diverted, he hasn't given law enforcement any red flags, all these things, why are they not clearing him? There's got to be a reason. And of course, when I brought that up, even people over here on the good side of the street, as we like to used to call it, starts trying to throw me under the bus because I was calling out Seth. No, I'm questioning. I have a question. Why is he not cleared? That's it. I have to be fair to Sebastian's case and ask that question because there's 3 parents. Yeah, Miss Rhonda, aliens took Nancy Guthrie, it seems. I'm going to tell you what, when it comes to Miss Nancy's case, I don't think law enforcement has anything. And I blame the sheriff's department because they completely opened that home up. Let people walk all over up in her porch and everything. You should keep a place on lockdown for long enough to go over everything and go over it again. But that's not what Nanos did. And then it became a spitting war. Who can spit on the other one more kind of thing. Yeah. Right, Tabitha, the DA was at the scene for a reason. Does anyone else think that? Isn't that unusual for a missing child? Yes. Yes, Tabitha. The DA was there. The mayor was there. You don't see that happening. There are people that have already stated that Sebastian Rogers' case has 100% been the largest search in the state of Tennessee ever. Now, if there was corruption going on up in there, I think it might have, and this is just my opinion, but I think it might have been just 1 or 2 bad apples in the bunch. I don't think the whole department is just letting things slide by, because Sebastian's case at the 2-year mark, it's still active. They're still working it. And that's the thing, Tabitha. Law enforcement don't have to tell us anything. And so we have to look at what we've got, what we can see, what we can hear, and try to figure out what is the holdup, kind of thing. Jacqueline says, please say a prayer for my brother-in-law. He's in the hospital, not doing good. They are right now putting a line in his jugular. They said don't, if they don't, he will crash during the night. Oh, Jacqueline, I'm so sorry. Yes, guys, please keep Jacqueline's brother-in-law in your prayers. I will pray for him as well and put him on my prayer list, Jacqueline. I've had him on there for a little while now. Oh man, extra prayers needed for him and for his doctors and of course the family. And so that's where we've got to go. That's kind of the direction that we need to be concentrating on. And so, with that being said, our Wayback Wednesdays is going to start a little series where we go over and we study some things and we start learning these cases. Yeah, Amy Lynn, it makes you wonder, doesn't it? She said, I also question why Seth and Chris haven't been cleared since they were nowhere near the home when Sebastian went missing. That's kind of the thing, though. Where was Sebastian when he went missing? The first flyer put out has him missing from his home on Stafford Court. A while later, they corrected it and changed it on the date he went missing on the 26th to the 25th. They corrected that, and they corrected in the area of Stafford Court. No longer from his home, but in the area of Stafford Court. And on the 2-year anniversary of him going missing, Sumner County puts out a new update. Sebastian Rogers, the 15-year-old boy that went missing from Hendersonville, Tennessee. So, yeah. It just kind of makes you go, huh? And so that's what our Wayback Wednesdays series is going to be, getting us going back in time, listening to these things that have created the basic statistics we have today, and what can help us look at things more like what law enforcement looks into it. What do they see is going on? And with Sebastian's case, there's been a lot that has really, here lately, I've been listening to things a little differently. I've been looking at some of the things a little differently, and I'm finding things that just stand out. And so, all we can do is try to do our job, and our job is to keep these cases out there. We don't have a huge channel here. But what we do have is some very smart people in chat who are willing to step outside their thought process and comfort zone to see if maybe, did we miss something? What could it be that we've overlooked, kind of situation? And so that's what I'm hoping to help us to do better with, and to think differently. And with that, hang on just a second. Y'all, my second granddaughter, the one that plays softball the most, her birthday is coming up soon, and she got herself a phone. She's been blowing me up all day long. they are in Destin right now, and were out on jet skis earlier, and she had her phone in a little waterproof baggie and still recording, sending me stuff. They are having so much fun. So I wanted to reply to her real quick. Sorry about that. But oh, I can't believe these kiddos are growing up so fast on me. Makes me sad. No more little babies. They're all getting so big. But it has been a fun ride watching them grow, that's for sure. Those little ones are my entire life. It's what I live for. And so, anyways, well, Rich will be calling in just a minute. We're going to put him on the phone, and he's going to join us here in just a second. And we're going to listen to an interview with Eric Craddock and Ken Wagner with the emergency management situation. Tabitha says, those 3 a.m. lights, though, I can't get past that. There's something to that, and understand Sumner County Sheriff's Department not wanting to acknowledge that as well. You know, Eric Craddock did say it has no evidentiary value. But if you stop and think, their number one goal and everything they're looking for is Sebastian. So is he telling us Sebastian wasn't in that? He wasn't out there anywhere. These were weirdo grown-ups out in the middle of the night trying to make it look like a 15-year-old boy ran away from home. I don't know. I do question it because I'm not sure he made it home. All we have is the words of Katie and Chris telling us Sebastian came home with Katie that night. Oh, Amy, thank you for the floating heart. Y'all, let me tell you, when y'all send those little gifts like that, it does not show up on my StreamYard over here, so I don't get to see them. So TJ's always so good to me, and she puts in chat a thank you for that. And so I repeat her. That's when I repeat it. So she lets me know that I got that. So thank you. Oh, Amy says, thank you, Lolly, for keeping Sebastian's name out here. You're welcome. You know, there's not many that keep Sebastian's name going. And tomorrow, just let everybody know, tomorrow we're going to go over, I don't know if a lot of y'all know Ziggy, but she did a call with Chris McDonough and Fred Hill talking. And we're going to listen to that tomorrow. And I'm going to show some things that I want to show and have my say in it because, you know, of course, Summer Wells, her little case has become, what side are you on, Fred Hill or Andy Bernard's? I'm actually on Summer Wells' side. And so it is what it is, but you got to cover all the things. And yes. Yep. Y'all are correct right now. One thing I heard CP say was there were 76 cars parked up on a certain road from midnight to 6. Yeah, he's stupid. You know, I think, Melissa, if I'm not mistaken, was that the time when he was saying, when another channel person called out that his car had pinged? And he got really upset because, and then he comes out and says, my car pinged when I came home that day around 1:30. No, buddy, they weren't tracking your pings that day. It had already happened. Let's try 1:30 a.m. probably. Oh, Holly, thank you for the star. And hang on. Let's see. Tabitha said, what did Seth say about the trash? Was it Sebastian? Seth did say the video footage was too dark and it was too grainy. You could not tell who it was. Conveniently. But yet the neighbor next door on her little video camera showed Katie on Saturday around 4:30 in the afternoon that said, or it just showed Katie taking down the porch light and the lights on the corner of the house by the driveway. So nobody could tell who was taking out the trash. Oh, Kelly, thank you. Y'all are so sweet. I do think so too, Amy Lynn. It was probably her more than likely. And, you know, she's the one that said they get home and Sebastian goes to his room and all the things. There's no proof Sebastian made it home. No proof. Because all the cameras they had inside had been taken down as well. She took them down on Saturday. Convenient, isn't it? That all of a sudden her house would be real dark up in there. Yeah, she had a hoodie on. It looked like the person was wearing a hoodie in all black. Well, we know Sebastian, if he would have got home and then took out the trash almost immediately, then he would have been wearing a short sleeve t-shirt and a pair of blue jeans. But it was his mother who had almost identical shoes to Sebastian at Texas Roadhouse. We also noticed Sebastian was just a smidgen shorter than her, but not enough to make that much of a difference. And his mother was the one wearing a hoodie. Of course, to me it looked black. Others say it was a dark blue, a navy blue, whatever. It's going to look dark in that video. Yeah, she even said it was really dark that night. And it was a full moon. So why was it so dark, Katie? Because she wasn't used to her porch light being missing and her corner lights to her driveway in the front of her home missing. Kelly says, can you find the picture from that morning of Sebastian reported missing? I'd like to look at that. The one where she's leaning against the car, Kelly? That one? Let me know if that one's the one you want to see, and I'll send it to you. So, yeah, lots of different statements they get caught up in real quick. And remember, you know, we all thought we had a timeline, right? And let me see if I can get this pulled up. I'm going to keep playing it because all it does is prove over and over and over again. We never had a timeline, guys. Let me see here. Let me share this screen real quick. And I want y'all to listen to the words that Katie says and listen to Chris come on top of her and correct her. This is the first time they ever spoke to the public. The first time anybody outside of law enforcement had any kind of timeline. And all of this was said in the first 3 minutes of the very first time they spoke. They should have already had their story straight. But listen real close. Here we go. That's not the one I want. Hold on. We got to go back. It's playing the wrong one here. Hold on. Let's go back. We want this one. Here we go. Oh,
You said that there's not a confirmed sighting of Sebastian on camera.
hold on. Start this page over.
And gone.
He didn't. You were out of town at work,
Yes,
so you were not even home.
correct, ma'am.
And Mom, you fell asleep on the couch about 10 o'clock, but you said that Sebastian went to bed at 9 p.m. And then you got up off the couch and you went to bed, and you said that was around midnight. And nothing was unusual at that point. Everything seemed okay.
There's actually a piece of, so to make something very crystal clear, so that way there's transparency across the board. Me and the mom were on the phone at 9:43 or 9:46 in the evening. We stayed on the phone for quite some time. The call logs have been verified by all the police departments, TBI included. We stayed on the phone. It was very lengthy. Mom did slightly start falling asleep while she was on the couch. I had said, hey, you need to wake up, put the dogs up, go to bed. Now, mind you, that was right around midnight, just before midnight or right around midnight.
There you go, friends. Let me stop that. There you go. Duchess was saying the words that Katie had told to her, going to sleep on the couch around 10 p.m. Got up around midnight to go get on the bed. Katie comes in midnight. Midnight was the time frame. They had to have that time frame at midnight for whatever the hell reason. But here comes little man behind her. Let's make things crystal clear. We started talking and Mom fell asleep. It was around midnight. What happened to her saying she went to sleep on the couch around 10? Whew, I tell you, you can't make this stuff up, and hang on, Kelly. I'm going to put this picture on my back end of StreamYard. Y'all hang tight for a minute. I'm going to play some music while I do this so we can look at this picture, because to me, this is big. It's something worth looking into. It needs to be called out. So y'all hang on just a minute. Let me get this picture loaded up. All right, guys. Thank y'all for hanging on for me. I appreciate that. I'm going to show y'all a picture here. Kelly, this one is for you, girl. Let me pull it up here. Okay, this one is kind of cropped a little bit, but there's KK with her black hood. You can tell her little hoodie or navy blue, whatever. And there's her friend Laurie. On the other side of KK, on the left side, is a neighbor man that was standing there, had blonde hair. He was a little longer haired. But there's that picture. That morning, that day, Sebastian went missing. And yet, KK's mentioned everybody that was there that weekend that went anywhere with them, but she never mentions her best friend. When her best friend didn't leave her home until Sunday. Makes you wonder. And she was right back. Now, I'm going to show you one more picture because, oh my gosh, Summer Wells, they did a prayer vigil just a couple of days after she went missing. And we looked at a video the other day. Of course, there was another person that was kind of pointed out to be someone that looked familiar, but guys, to me, this one looks familiar. Just short hair. I wish I could see her face. But why would Katie Proudfoot be at, yes, Kelly, that looks like the same vehicle that was at Texas Roadhouse that night. But yeah, I'm wondering, why would Katie Proudfoot be at the prayer vigil for Summer Wells? Because that sure as heck looks like her to me. But we don't know. We'll just keep right on a rocking with it. Anyways, I wanted to show y'all that, get that over with. Yes, Diana, I'm telling you. Kelly, I don't know. I don't know, girl. I'll send them to you so you'll have them a little better to inspect. And the other one where the other neighbor's standing beside them as well. I got over 2,000 pictures in my phone. I was having to scroll through, and that was the first one I came on. But lots of things that leave the biggest question marks just hanging all over the place in Sebastian's case. And it just makes you wonder. All right, guys, hang on. Let's answer this. Hey, hey. Good. How you doing?
Oh, I'm making it just hot.
Just hot. Y'all, it is hot here in Texas. I'm telling you.
We were 118 today with the heat index. Pretty brutal.
118?
Yeah, I was the heat index, 118.
Oh,
it was bad. Yeah, it was bad. But it's normal for us, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Can y'all hear Rich okay? Somebody put in chat if y'all can hear him okay.
Oh, yeah, let me turn my volume up on my earbuds. Hope they can hear me all right. How y'all doing, guys?
Okay, they said they can hear you good. All
All right,
righty.
great. Hey, so what y'all discussing? What y'all going over?
We're just talking a lot of different things about Sebastian's case and everything, you know, just all these different questions that we have. And I'm fixing to play the video with Eric Craddock and Kid Widener now that you're on the phone.
Okay.
So that way we can listen to that and discuss it.
You're talking about the one that following morning on the 27th?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Guys, this
That was
video
very important.
was the very next morning on the 27th
And it was
of February.
barely like crack of dawn early too.
Yeah.
Because you could see that it was still like, it was foggy. It was kind of overcast. That storm was kind of starting to blow through. And I think it had let up a little that morning, the rain, whenever they were doing that little interview. But it was still early in the morning. So it really, to me, it was around 24 hours.
Right.
You know, from about the time they had time to get there and figure out what was going on and look at the overall picture. You know, you got to give them a few hours for that. So, say by 9 or 10 o'clock in the morning, they had a rough idea of what was going on, you know, that in their head, I'm sure. And then he was calling in everybody he could call in.
Right.
So, I think that the importance of that are just, I think it's brutal for Katie. I'm sorry. I feel like
Yes.
it's brutal for her.
Yep. Y'all listen real close. Even at the beginning when Eric Craddock talked, listen
Yeah,
to
the microphone messed up. Remember a little bit?
a little bit, yeah. But you can hear about the shoes. You hear the shoes.
The shoes
Ooh.
and then the foul play. When it comes to the foul play question, watch his face.
Yeah.
All you gotta do is watch his face. It tells you everything.
Yeah. Okay, guys, here we go.
On the search at this point, how does it compare to yesterday?
Today is what I'll describe as a redundant search. We have mapped out more search grids, sent responders out to specific grids. They search that area, they clear it, they come back, they get another search grid, and they go back out. Yesterday, we, for lack of a better term, we threw everything that we possibly could throw at this. I'll show you a picture of the map in just a moment. We absolutely obliterated covering the area where Sebastian could have walked off to. Obviously, there's a litany of things that could have happened to Sebastian, and none of them we can presume are credible or validate yet. So we're
Okay, right there. None of them. We can presume are credible or validated yet. That tells you right there. Sebastian walking away from his home. There's nothing to back it up.
Not possible. Yeah.
Yeah, that's big. And I just caught that.
They could have validated it.
Yeah.
They could have proved it. They could have proved that he was there and left. They could have proved that that was him. They know it wasn't him at the trash can. I mean, we know that now.
Yeah.
And I think one of the main things at the beginning of that is how he worded, I forgot how he said it again, for lack of a better term. Remember?
Yes.
You don't hear that a lot, but who else said that an awful lot? Christopher.
Uh-huh.
He was listening to everything they said.
Yeah.
And then he just picked that up because he's not good at using language. So he picked that up and started stuck that word, that little phrase stuck in his head.
Yeah.
And he started using Eric. That's not the only time he used Eric Craddock.
Right. Yeah.
But it's something to let people know to be looking at, because now everybody's going, yes, he did say that, right? I'm sure they're all freaking out right now. He did use the same term, which means he was watching everything that Eric Craddock was saying closely.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead. Sorry, I didn't mean to.
No, you're good. You're good. Here we go. Let's listen some more.
We're doing everything we can. Every lead that we get, we're following. If someone calls and says, hey, I think we saw him by the pond, we're going to the pond and checking. Nothing's off the table at this point.
Okay, and I guess the priority has it's moved from a 2-perimeter search, right, 2-mile perimeter, to now how wider?
We're at about 5 mile width right now. We keep, as we clear the areas, we keep expanding. We do get calls and tips from time to time, and we take some of the teams we have here, respond to that area, and either corroborate or invalidate the tip.
Okay, great. And we know that you guys earlier were saying that not discouraging the public from coming out. Is that still the same message now?
So right now we have enough first responders on the ground here that we can communicate with, that have the same training. They have the apps that we use to track, and there's a litany of reasons that it's important right now. There may come a time when we call on the public to come out and help us search, but right now we have plenty of first responders on scene. The best thing the public can do to help us is keep sharing it on social media. If you see something, say something, call the Sumner County Emergency Communications Center at 615-451-3838 and check your home surveillance video. Just check. If you see something, call us. We'll come out and look. I think that's going to be what breaks the case.
You see that, right? You see that?
Yeah.
Pause it real quick. You see what he's trying to do?
Uh-huh.
He's basically letting people know that we're looking for footprints of this child to prove that he was in this area. It's not about looking for him anymore. It's about proving he was there.
Right.
And they don't want anybody else running up the ground, because all the searchers were told, and I did hear this, find me a footprint. All they needed was to find some footprints that would match his footprints to place him in the area, just like they did in the Jack and Lily case, if y'all remember. Trying to find a footprint to prove that he's in the area, because they're already not believing he was ever there to leave.
Yeah.
Isn't it quick how quick they caught on and people didn't really catch this for all these years?
Right. Yeah.
Their panic is way smarter than they give him credit for.
It took me a long time to hear it. That's for sure.
Yeah, but look what he's saying, and look about the tips.
Yep.
To invalidate him. Like, he knew that everything was coming in with BS.
Yeah. That was like huge when I caught that. I think I caught it yesterday, and I'm like, oh my God.
Oh, wow.
That
is, I'm telling you, that means that everything that's coming in right now is just wasting their time. And he's starting to figure it out.
Yeah.
And he's starting to and this is 24 hours in. How many tips could have possibly been called in the first 24 hours?
Right.
I mean, we found out later there was hundreds, but imagine the overload. And then he just kicked into high gear after that second day and started calling everybody and their grandma in.
Yeah.
Anybody he could get to come help him. Federal mainly. He wanted federal there.
Yeah.
He wanted FBI there. He said, please come help me.
Yeah, he says that here in just a minute.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, here we go.
Somebody's home surveillance video seeing something.
Okay. And at what point are people going to be coming out and invited to come out in those searches? I know a lot of people are itching to come out and help.
They absolutely are. Sumner County is the greatest place on earth. I truly believe that. We have the absolute greatest citizens here, but we also have the best law enforcement relationships in the county. We've got people from across the state here, the TBI, Tennessee Highway Patrol, Hendersonville's here, Gallatin sent people. We have plenty of first responders. So my urge to the public right now would be to check your home videos and stay rested, because when the call comes, we'll put it out on social media, and that's when we'll need you to come.
Okay. And then, did you want to speak as well? Okay, I'm going to get you mic'd up.
Go ahead. In the meantime, is when you approach this search, is it different looking for a child than an adult?
It's definitely different looking for a child with autism. Yesterday, we consulted with someone in the first responder world who does emergency management, who also has children who are autistic, and she kind of laid it out for us, some things that I didn't understand or comprehend at first. She gave us a lot of tips and tricks. So we've had several calls from people with autistic relatives that have told us, hey, have you thought about this? And listen, there's nothing off the table. I don't care how crazy it sounds. If it's going to help me find Sebastian, get him home safe to his family, I'm going to do it.
And what are some of those considerations that go into looking for a child with autism?
Some of the things that he likes, what he's familiar with. We know that Sebastian likes cats. We were told that his favorite song was Eye of the Tiger. We tried playing that to just kind of calm him and let him know we're here to help him. I'm sure that he could see what's going on here and be intimidated. But if he sees this newscast, I want him to know, Sebastian, come out. We're here to help you. We just want to get you home safe.
And at this point, have you guys ruled out any indication of foul play?
Look at his face and listen very carefully. Watch it. I'm going to back it up just a little bit where she asked the question.
He's going to fumble. He's going to fumble a little bit for a second.
Yeah, watch this.
And at this point, have you guys ruled out any indication of foul play?
I won't say that we've ruled out any indication of foul play, but I will say that the family has been nothing but cooperative with us. Nothing but cooperative. There's no indication of foul play at the moment.
Okay. Okay. How have those tips been of people coming in and offering up any information? Have you guys had any leads or any information that you can kind of share with that?
We've had several tips. One of the tips was that he was sighted off of Newman's Trail off Long Haul Pike. We actually, when we got that tip, we sent a team out. We made contact with who they thought was Sebastian, and it was not. Again, that's a great tip. It could have been. So if somebody sees something, call us. Let us know.
And do you guys know, I know you guys were checking shoes last night to see if he was barefoot. Is
Listen.
that still the case? Is he barefoot? Because I know on Facebook somebody posted a picture of these could be his shoes, or is that so he is presumed to be barefoot at this point?
What I can say is that his mom says all of his shoes are accounted for at the house. I'm not going to say that he's barefoot.
All right. And how's the
Now you heard that his mom said.
And that is dead out, a dead fact in his mind. The way he just popped it out, like he's already been dwelling this in his head. He's probably already learned something that we don't know. Because for a lead guy to say that, when he even went out of his way in the first 24 hours to get a hold of somebody with professional knowledge about autism so he could understand better. What sheriff do you see doing this in any other case?
Right.
In the first 24 hours, he was running 24 hours trying to understand autism. Okay, where could he have gone? What could he have done? Where could he be hiding? How could he be hiding? He wanted to know every little detail about autism. Which leader of a sheriff's department does that besides one that should be patted on the back and not talked about?
Right.
And I know that's my opinion, but I'm just saying. I mean, he pulled every string. He did everything he could. He told everybody he's not the brightest pea in the pod. Come help me, please. He keeps rehearsing over again. If you see something on your, check your surveillance camera, he just wanted to find some clip of this child so he could, okay, let me place him here.
Yeah.
He had nowhere to place him past the roadhouse. And I tried to tell everybody this for over 15 months. Actually, probably 18. No way that kid made it home. And now I think people are understanding, based on listening to these things now, even early on, they could have proved that kid was home to leave from home.
Right.
They knew automatically. They knew in the first 24 hours that wasn't him at the trash can. They knew it.
Yeah.
And that's why he makes the comment about the shoes.
That was a
Because
dig.
he's going by roadhouse footage, which is why I think Ken says what he says about the clothing. I
Right.
think they are on the trail of he's in a short sleeve t-shirt, blue jeans, and tennis shoes. That's what they assume that he's in because that's the last sighting, and that's what they have to go by.
Right.
You know, I mean, this is probably the only case out there where we didn't get a last photo in the beginning
Right.
or some kind of photo of this child. And that right there should show you how tight he's keeping everything. He didn't even show us a photo of this child, the last photo.
Right.
We know they have one. They just didn't show it.
Right. Yeah.
Why? Why? We always see a photo in every case. Sometimes tons of pictures. Sometimes the mom, that little boy that went missing in Japan, how many pictures did his mom blast on social media? 30, 40, 50 different pictures in the first couple of days?
Yeah.
He was found day 7,
Yeah.
and there was 30 or 40 different photos of this child out there.
Right.
I mean, it just, I
Now,
don't know. It's
I'm
summer.
gonna-
There's a lot of pictures of summer.
I'm going to put this out here before we go any further because I want to read it to everybody real good, and I want you all to pay attention to it here. Let's see if it'll
You're
go.
talking about
It's the
one for the
flyer.
trash can?
No, this is the flyer. The endangered child alert. We need your help
Oh.
to find Sebastian Rogers, who is missing from the beach area in Hendersonville. Now listen close, guys. It says 15-year-old is 5'10", 120 pounds with dirty blonde hair. Last seen wearing a black sweatshirt, black sweatpants, unknown shoes.
Mhm.
Here's another one that was put out.
Unknown. Unknown shoes, but we were told no shoes.
Yeah. And then here's this one, endangered child alert, been on behalf of the Sumner County Sheriff's Office for Sebastian Rogers, 15-year-old, 5'5", 120 with brown hair, brown eyes. Sebastian was last seen on February 26th. This is right before they changed it to the 25th in the area of Stafford Court in Hendersonville, Tennessee, wearing black sweatshirt, black sweatpants, and shoes.
Shoes?
And shoes. No, I'm sorry, glasses.
Black,
And
yeah, the
glasses.
black,
No
yeah.
shoes are mentioned. None.
Exactly.
And all we have is his mother's words, and she's already lied.
He didn't put his mother's words in there. He didn't say that they're barefooted. He
Exactly.
never put her words in there.
Right. And Chris was the one that changed it from black sweatshirt and black sweatpants to a black t-shirt with the logo on it and black Adidas long sleeve shirt. Yeah. And then the black Adidas pants with the white stripes.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So it doesn't matter what we know about the clothes. The next part you're fixing to play is going to shut all that to rest.
Exactly.
So this is 24 hours to 27 hours in.
Yes. Okay. Let's keep listening.
Family doing, just to ask and checking in with them.
Oh, I cannot imagine the struggle that the family is going through right now. I'm a dad. Director Widener's a dad. I don't know how they're handling it. I couldn't survive if something happened to my kids.
Managing all of this.
Diana says, the thing that bothers me, they have lied about everything else. How do we know that's what Sebastian was wearing? Well, listen to what Ken Widener says here in just a few minutes.
That's exactly what we're fixing to clear up right now, man.
Yeah.
We're going to clear that up right now because you got to remember, this is the leader of all the search and rescue organizations. He leads everything. He is basically Eric Craddock's right-hand man.
Yeah.
And he's got a lot of search knowledge. I'm talking decades of experience.
Yeah. And
he knows what he's doing. I know. He shared his maps with me. The man is a very nice man. And he did everything in his power that if that child would have been out there or a footprint or a yellow flashlight or a pair of glasses, they would have found it.
Right.
And even Seth said that. I'm outside the 5 miles because they covered that too well. They did. They did it two pushes.
Right.
And you don't see 2 pushes done in any of these other cases. The Sebastian search was larger than Summer Wells, Nancy Grace,
it
Riley
was the
Strand.
biggest one in the state of Tennessee.
Biggest one, I think, ever in history.
Yeah.
If you really break it down, it's lasted longer than any case has ever lasted without going cold.
Yeah.
And there was more search and rescue people on the ground, right? Jack and Millie had a lot because RCMP does bring in a lot of people, but they still didn't have the amount Sebastian had. There was over 300 searching on the 3rd day. 329. That is amazing amount. And then they brought the National Guard in, 500 of them.
Yeah.
So that's already over 800 searchers.
Yeah, it's huge.
And the clothes, that's why I did my video today. I think it dropped already, but about these clothes right here and about what Ken said, because I think that everybody looked past these things.
Yeah.
Because we keep hearing black sweatpants, black sweatshirt, black sweatpants, black sweatshirt. Okay, well, let's hear what Ken has to say about that black sweatpants and black sweatshirt.
Yeah, here we go. Listen close.
And Director Widener.
I'm Ken Widener, KENWEIDNER, Director of Sumner County Emergency Management Agency. So yesterday we had multiple agencies. We had 220 searchers on the ground. And we bring them in and they go through operations and they get assigned to search areas. So we're using a search program to track them, and they lay tracks from their cell devices, and we know where they're at, and they complete those search areas. They come back and they get reassigned, or we reassign them when they're in the field. So today we'll get a count on that, but I'd say we're over 150 searchers on the ground today. And multiple agencies and THP helicopter, and I'm not sure what the chief went over, Metro's helicopter, TBI fixed wing, over 10 drones. We've got 12 K9 teams here, 8 mounted units yesterday, horses yesterday, and 10 here today. So we're covering as much ground as we can, and we keep expanding that search area. And we have pounded the area, the neighborhood that he went missing from and the neighborhood adjacent, and we keep expanding that out.
And with the anticipation of the temperature dropping tomorrow and a chance for storms, is that going to change the search, or is it going to have any impact on his ability to survive?
Okay, Ken Widener's fixing to answer this question. Listen to what he says about what Sebastian was wearing?
We're concerned about the weather because we don't know exactly what he's dressed in, and we could have some flurries tomorrow.
We don't know exactly what he's dressed in, and we could have some flurries tomorrow. I just read to you.
Show you?
I
What does
read
that show
to
you?
you those flyers that were put out for the endangered child alert. Those were the words that were told to them that morning. That's the last thing they said he had on. He's saying we don't know exactly what he's dressed in.
Right.
That's
So
big.
they're not going with anything that the mother said, the shoes or the clothes. Wow.
Yeah,
So what else are they to go by? Because that's all they have.
right.
The yellow flashlight, they never even mentioned that.
Yep.
And I think that's because Seth cleared that up and told him it was broken. And I think that's why they realized that, okay, if the flashlight's broken, couldn't have been a flashlight out in the field anyway.
Yeah. I mean,
Right?
Seth said it
There's a lot
didn't
of new
work,
stuff out.
so
you know?
the flashlight was useless.
Yeah, but there's still something new that nobody's talked about. I haven't even put it out yet on the video, but what about the flashlight found in the bushes?
Oh.
Whose flashlight was found in the bushes?
Oh.
That's what I want to know. What light was found in the bushes, and in what bushes was it found in?
Yeah.
That's what I would really, really, really like to know. Did somebody drop a bomb and drop? You know, there's no perfect thing that happened. And, you know, I mean, if you're wearing latex gloves, of course, it's not going to leave fingerprints on the flashlight. But there might be something they could have got from it.
Exactly. Could have.
I don't know why. I don't know where they found it. I just know that it's leaked out and that there was a flashlight found in the bushes. And I just recently learned of this too, like not even a week ago. So
Wow.
you keep digging, you find things.
Yeah. And it's their words, guys. These words have been here since day one, or day two, actually, on the 27th.
Yeah, day one, there was
February.
220 people on the ground.
Yeah.
Okay, 220 people versus one autistic kid that had no shoes. They covered way more ground than he'd ever covered. So if he would have been in those bushes or anywhere in those woods, they would have found him. And they know that. He said, we pounded it. We pounded the area.
Yep.
Not only horseback, 12 canine teams. Y'all heard that, right?
Yeah.
12 dog teams. When do you see a case they bring in 12 dogs?
Never.
And they brought in more than 12 in the long run. But I'm saying 12 on day one and day two.
Yeah.
And not one dog found this kid.
Yeah. Makes you wonder.
How come a lot of times one dog finds somebody? I remember the little girl missing out in the woods up there in North Carolina, and the dog found her.
Yeah.
Yeah. Remember she had made it like 2 miles from home. She was like 4 or 5 years old, and they were blaming the dad. And he said, no, she went after that cat. I know what she did. And she had climbed up on the chair and put books to unlock the door to get out.
Yep.
She was like 4 or 5, and she wandered over 2 miles from that home chasing that cat. And that search and rescue dog found her in less than 10 minutes. He started ahead of the pack. He said, I think she could have got this far by now. Dumped that dog in the woods, and in less than 10 minutes, that dog found that child. So dogs, I'm telling you, they will find. If there's somebody in there, that dog's going to find.
Yeah.
And, I mean, they can smell them from a quarter mile to a half mile. I mean, they're going to find the person. All they need is a little bit of breeze in the right direction.
Yes.
And they can smell them from a half mile away or more.
Yeah. I agree.
So what do they think now about that clothing?
So,
They
yeah.
just ought to settle the score on the clothing. Don't even look at the flyer anymore. I can tell you that right now.
Yeah. They didn't believe that, what the words were said. They didn't believe.
They're not believing it, but they're leaving it there because that's what the mother said.
Right.
So when everything unfolds, or they find a shot and nothing matches, right?
Right.
That's what they're saying. Right? If he's not with us anymore and they find him and he's in exactly what he had on the roadhouse, what do you think that does for her story?
Exactly.
Her story's over.
Yeah.
But I think it's already over for her anyway. I really do. I think it's just her days are numbered. I really believe that her days are numbered. I think that this new push, I think this new little thing that they did, remember at the beginning of 2026 that we talked about, remember it showed it in there?
Yeah.
Same time around as that summer thing was happening. See that? They
Right.
kind of waited for that big thing to blow up, and then they kind of snuck in and did their thing. Remember, then they searched that area over there, and they did a few things, and it's like, they're still looking for this child.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you think by now they would have given up, but something with Eric Paddock, he ain't giving up. And I don't know what it is, but it's if there is corruption anywhere in there, I don't believe it's him. I know there's someone in there that shouldn't be in there because he's got a bunch of DWIs and an assault charge that all got dismissed because he's a cop. But there's somebody in that system there that's not very great. I will admit that. But that had nothing to do with Eric Paddock or Ken, the two that I think have been brutally honest from the get-go.
Right. Right.
Because what Ken said after the landfill search, if that doesn't sum this entire case up off the bat, I mean, we learned what, day 9, he made that statement. That's 9 days in or 8 days in, and he made the statement after the landfill search to the Sun, to the media lady, that they were disappointed in the outcome of the search.
Right.
They were expecting closure. What do you mean you're expecting? You're expecting closure at the landfill?
That tells a
What
lot,
does that
doesn't it?
What does that tell us about the foul play thing?
Exactly.
Because they didn't get that search warrant for that landfill without foul play. I can tell you that right now. Ain't nobody going to sign across state lines, not even for the FBI in an emergency. Are they going to do that without some form of foul play being involved?
Right.
Or some form of a crime had been committed.
Diana said them having Navy training, they know how to hide something and it would look natural, she thinks.
Well, I'm not saying they can't. I always tell everybody, military can outsmart police in a minute, depending on their training.
Yeah.
But, you know, like, and the tech side of things, like Katie's side, no, because she's not going to get that in-field training. They're not going to get dropped off at islands and have to survive for 20 days or 30 days. They're not going to deal with any of that crazy stuff. But as far as learning things and learning how to cover up, that's one big thing you do learn in the military, how to cover shit up.
Yep.
And I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but it is that way. And I think a lot of people understand that. And it's like that in other countries, not just within the military.
Yeah.
There's a lot of cover-ups that go on in the world, especially with cryptocurrency and things like that. So it's not just them. But do I think that they outsmarted them? Yeah, I think they've outsmarted them for a while, but I think they fumbled over their own words by going on all these channels. And I do think in the end that's what's going to come back to haunt them.
I think so too.
I think what they tried to do on social media and the lies that they told on social media that can be proven. Not all of them were lies. I'm not going to say everything was a lie, but a lot of the things that they lied about. When law enforcement is debunking a video and they're using it, saying something's there, and going on national TV and the damn Tennesseeville News and saying that, go listen to how Katie said. She never said what Chris said. Chris said, we're going to run this down, and it's got to be. And she said, if it turns out to be. She always covered herself. She said, if the video proves to be something, then that's great. She never came out and said, oh, yeah, like Chris was doing and Steve Fisher was doing. No. She didn't do that.
Yeah.
She kept her words a little bit different.
Yeah, she did, but everybody was really upset about it. Because everybody.
I always say the first one gets the deal.
Yeah.
So whichever one of them, once they get word of probably an arrest coming, because they might get word because they do know some people on the inside. So they might get an alert that they're coming for them. And if they do, I always wonder who's going to talk first. In my opinion, I have a feeling of who will talk first. But I think Chris is going to have his mama piece in his ear.
Yeah.
And he's going to be screaming in their face.
Yeah, hang on.
It's all her. See the highest right. I mean, it's all her. Like, I can see him doing that.
Yeah. Hold on just a minute, okay?
Oh, no problem.
Wild Wolf said, sorry, I'm just a little sad. I just got a phone call nobody wants to get of my best friend over 30 years had passed away. I am so sorry, sweetie. I am so sorry.
How you doing? I haven't seen you in a while. I'm so sorry to hear that. My condolences to the family.
That is horrible.
I give you a big hug right now. Yeah, that's sad news. Nobody wants to get that.
I'm so sorry. We'll be praying for you and her family.
Yeah, that's horrible. My condolences to all of them.
Yeah.
That's tough.
That is
How old was she? If you don't mind me asking.
How old was she, Wild Wolf? Let's see if she says. Man, I couldn't imagine losing my best friend.
30 plus years too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's hard on anybody.
Yeah.
They're here 1 minute and they're gone the next. Kind of like Sebastian. He's there 1 minute and gone the next.
Yeah.
But the sad thing is, in that case, we don't know what happened.
Right.
I mean, we don't know the whole truth. I mean, I think it's starting to come together, but
Yeah.
I do believe we don't know the whole truth yet, because it's going to come down to, I believe it'll come down to campers. I think they moved this kid somehow to campers,
Mm-hmm.
and I think that's how they were able to do it, whether that be the best friend, whether that be, but the best friend thing just makes sense because Sebastian didn't have any friends. What did he always want? Friends. That's what they always talked about. For Christmas, friends. For birthday, friends. Remember, they kept saying that over and over, Chris and Kate. And I got to thinking about, why would they be bringing up friends? Because wasn't he friends with Lauren's son?
Yeah, Laurie's son.
That's right, right? So she had been there 2 weeks. He had been buddying up with him, playing video games for 2 weeks probably after school.
Yeah.
Why was that kid there during school?
Yep.
Another thing I wonder about, why did she take her child out of school for 2 weeks?
I wonder if he was on like some kind of winter break or something, but they had
How
just
do you have
come
a winter
back.
break in February? You just got back.
That's what I'm saying. They had just come back from Christmas break. It would be way too soon.
No way. Yeah, why was that kid missing that many? This is something that was put together, and we don't know. But you know what? The crazy thing about it is if her friend would have done that, ooh, boy, she's going to be in hot water.
Well, I just think it's convenient that Katie names every person that went to Costco's on Saturday and BJ's on Sunday and all the things they did, but Laurie's name never comes out of her mouth. She don't want to talk about it.
There's photos of that camper scene in that neighborhood. The cameras catch everything. Cameras don't lie.
Right.
And they know that. That's why they went back. I believe that's why they wanted to go back. They were trying to track down anything or any vehicle that came to that house. And they were running them all down one by one. Yeah. But I think that, I don't know. Because she could have easily got a new camper by now. In 2 years plus.
Well, they did.
They could have traded that one off in a month and got a new one.
Right. They did.
I mean, we don't know what they did.
You know.
Sure, right.
Katie and Chris done got them a new one.
No.
I know, but I'm saying Katie and Chris got one, and then Mommy Dearest got one, a new one. Yeah. Wants to say, you know, they didn't get her, the best friend one.
Who knows? Who knows where all the campers are? Did they trade them in? They still have them? Are they sitting somewhere on one of their properties? Or, I mean, we don't know. And it's just, I mean, this case to me, is most likely what it is. Yeah. And that's usually how these things end. This is exactly what I got thinking. We've done it long enough to know that, yes, you got to really dig deep. You can't just, some cases you can just look at, like that Elena Moore, you know, the physical fitness instructor. Like, you can look at that case and realize something is majorly wrong there.
Yeah, we were talking about that earlier.
Like, majorly wrong. She's been trying to leave this man for like 3 months, and he stuck her in a mental ward. Right. That's what Pastor John Paul did to Micah Miller. When she wanted to leave, he stuck her in her home. Right. And then he took her purse and her tablet and her phones and erased and burned all her stuff, remember? Yeah. And she couldn't hold it against him. And I don't think a husband should be allowed to put their wife in a freaking mental institution without some kind of backing of somebody else. But I know they do it, and that man's got a lot of pull. He's an ex-cop, ex-sheriff, he's a private investigator, he knows all the systems and the sled. But the sled, calling in the sled like that, shut that man down, because now he don't have access to all his buddies. He's dealing with federal, with the state. And those investigators run 24 hours a day. And when sled is called in less than 1 minute of finding a body, something major is wrong. Yeah. You're not going to call. That would have been like Eric got to call TBI in the first 5 minutes. When we know that didn't happen. They assess the situation first. There's only been a couple of cases where they called those crime units in really quickly. Very few. Jack and Lily, right? Jack and Lily, they did. They called in their higher power, right? the RCMP, but the higher investigators, you know, the criminal, the serious criminal ones, you know, the ones that do the really serious cases.
Right. Yeah.
They called them in what, the first hour?
Yeah.
Like that was less than an hour in this case. And that, to me, it sums it up.
Kelly wants to know if you remember CP saying he had a friend in Alabama.
That's the one that was on his Facebook page over the crane job, right? They were talking about crane work or something. I do remember that.
Yeah, she's
I
trying
think that's when he made that post about the Canada crane jobs open.
Okay.
See, the problem is he's having a hard time getting a job because it's on his record. It's not clear. And that's what I was trying to tell everybody in the beginning. Y'all don't realize that this is a weapon. Not clearing someone in a missing child, special needs case, like you're not getting bank loans. You're looked at. To them, you're a suspect.
Right.
That's how they see it. If you're not cleared, that's how banks and everybody's going to see it. Financial places for cars, things of that nature. Why would they finance you a loan at the bank on a house for $500,000 if you could be picked up tomorrow and go to jail and they don't get a penny? Yeah. And that's what we don't understand. It affects their life, and it gets worse every year. And you end up having to self-employ, right, which is what Katie's trying to do, self-employ, because it's the only way you're going to make any money.
Yeah.
And then think about, you get caught for something, all your military benefits, all their benefits will stop if they get committed of a crime like that. They won't get none of their benefits. They'll be over with.
Good.
It'll go to the state. I mean, that's the thing is that it's, I don't know, there's so much to this case, but then when you really break it down and you really look at these kind of clips right here, and you really think about what they say, because I always say the first 2 or 3 days, that sheriff's office being brutally honest. After that, they start covering things up. But the first few days, they're straight out. That's what got Nano's in trouble, right? The first couple of days, you were just spilling everything. And everybody's like, oh my God, why is this dude telling us so much, right? Everybody's like, oh my God, people are saying he's talking too much, it's going to damage the case. Well, that's what he was doing. But you didn't see Eric Grady doing that. He made his point early. In the first 28 hours, he made his point. Ken made his point. They moved on from there. They searched that house over 12 times. They don't do that.
Right.
If he ran away from that home, why are they in the home?
Right.
He's not in that home. Why are you searching that home that many times?
Right.
I mean, it doesn't make any sense. Like, you're not going to search a home that many times.
Yeah.
When a kid's supposed to have ran away from the home and not even be there. I think they were looking for any kind of fresh proof that he could have been there that night. Like, I bet they checked towels in the bathroom. They don't tell them what all they did. If they're good at what they do, the first thing they'd have done is gone to his bathroom and checked the bath towel. Is it still damp from the night before? No? Okay. Well, he didn't take a shower last night. Kind of like Nancy's medication, right? I said that's going to get, whoever this is, it's going to get him. Because she didn't take that medicine. So evidently she wasn't home to take that medicine. That's my opinion. Because that's her lifeline. Nancy had to have that medication, or she would not be here.
Right.
So there's no way she's going to miss it when she's allegedly supposed to. I don't believe it. I believe that garage door was set from somebody's burner phone and it opened and closed. That's why it was a 2-minute exactly timestamp. Because when you program something, it's not going to go over in a second. It's going to go to the exact time, like 9:48 on the dot, 00. No seconds added.
Right.
And then it's going to close at 9:50, 00, because you're programming it.
Right.
So it's not gonna. You can't program it for 9:48 and 25 seconds. 25 seconds. You can't program it like that. It's by minutes or hours. Even numbers.
Right. Hey, hold on.
That's why I know that garage door was programmed, because it's 0000.
Yeah.
Just like the camera, disconnected 1:47 a.m. 00.
Yeah.
That means that somebody shut that camera off on purpose.
Hey, hang on a second.
Uh-huh.
Bobby, thank you so much for gifting 5 memberships. I appreciate you so much. Guys, if y'all were gifted a membership, please tell Bobby thank you so much. And to our new members, welcome to the South, y'all.
Yeah.
Welcome. Welcome to the South. We break that good stuff down. We got enough to go around. So can I get a amen?
Okay. Thank you, Bobby. Welcome, everybody. Go ahead, Rich.
No, I'm saying the summer case, like Little Summer Wells, about 5 years now, right?
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, this is how quick things change. Think about it. Nobody was ready after 4 years and some months to see a raid on a property 9 miles away. Nobody
No,
thought
that was
coming,
out of the
right?
blue.
Nobody. And then they take dirt soil sample, right? Why would they take soil samples, right? What case have you seen where they've taken soil samples out of a yard? Monkey Bond, right?
Yeah, I was going to say the only one I could
5
come up
gallon
with
bucket.
was Monkey
They ran
Bond.
that soil to the lab.
Yeah.
That soil went to the lab. It found out that there was decomposed remains that matched him.
Yeah.
They knew that he was in that yard. Okay, well, why would they take buckets from this property? I mean, because I'm sure that they probably moved her more than once, most likely. But that's going to be like the Suzanne Morphew thing. You know, he moved her twice. A lot of people don't really know that, but he moved her twice.
Yeah.
And so she didn't break down where she was found because the soil didn't have anything of decomposed remains. So they knew she'd already broken down somewhere else. They never found the real scene of where he first put her. And that makes it hard. It does. But of course, the tranquilizer stuff, the BAM in her bone marrow,
Right.
that got him. And he'll pay. Just like Brian Hooker's going to pay. But those military guys like Brian Hooker, everybody's, why is he not arrested yet? Well, I always say, look at Celeste Rivas case. Look how much they got on DV4D. Over 40 terabytes now in total. He's fixing a plea. He went in that room the other day. He's going to take a plea. You don't go into a field meeting with the DA, the prosecutors, and all that, and if you're not trying to work a plea deal.
Right.
He's scared of that death penalty.
He
That's what
should
he's scared
be.
of. And that's what most of them are. Stephen Stearns, Brian Coburn. Just like them. I said they would plea, they did. I believe Christina Fermello is going to plea too. And I just, when there's so much mounted against you like that, there's no way to win the battle anymore. Because now they're going above and beyond to get enough evidence to lay it out where your lawyer's sitting there going, you better beg for a plea, buddy. That's what they're doing to these people now.
Right.
And it sucks for some of these cases because, like Sebastian, I think the sheriff's office has enough, but I think that the DA is like, you got to get me a little more. Like, because they're overachievers, right? They want that 150% instead of 100%.
Well, they only have one shot at it. That's the thing.
I know, but if you got enough, you got to do it when it's fresh. Now, I do believe that. You know, let it be in the jury's hands.
Yeah.
I mean, this kid, what are we talking about for two years and months? This kid vanished in thin air. Okay, that doesn't happen.
Yeah.
You don't think that jury's not going to realize that doesn't happen? Their guts are going to be like our guts. They're going to see everything laid out, and if you present it in the form of probably what they have, which is way more than what we know, I bet we will be shocked when it comes out what they've had all this time. I bet it's going to blow all our minds.
Yeah.
And that's how Eric Craddock has kept everything so tight in an envelope buried 100 feet underground because he don't want it getting out. He's not clearing these pants, so we don't have to give him anything. He's got the control.
Yeah.
And he's using that control, but he's doing it for Sebastian. Nobody else before Sebastian, and that's what people need to realize. Eric Craddock's not doing it for him or for an election. He's doing it for Sebastian. And he tells y'all so many times, you want to do something for me? Check your cameras. You want to do something for me? Check your cameras. If you see there's something, call us. We'll be there right away to come check it out.
Yeah.
They just needed some kind of proof of this kid on the camera somewhere because they couldn't prove it. And when you can't prove that somebody's in an area, what does that tell you? They probably weren't in that area. Common sense. So I felt all along that they felt like he wasn't there. That's why the flashlight video and all that, they just didn't care anymore because they knew it wasn't him. Even though they probably know who it is and they'll probably be used in the trial, they don't need it now because it doesn't help them. And it's not him.
Right.
It's like the trash. If this kid would have took out the trash, grainy or not, we'd have seen that picture.
I agree.
But they tell us. We just learned. I just found it. They tell us straight out. There's no sighting of this kid at the trash can. None.
Yep.
Although the mother says this, they say there's no picture, no photo, no proof that kid was at the trash can, and that's from law enforcement.
Right. You know, and the
So
father asked for proof of life, and they show him Texas Roadhouse.
I said it all up. Roadhouse is the last footage. That's their proof of life. I've been saying it for 2 years. I mean, I know nobody listens to me, but that's fine. It's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
Like, they have no proof of where this kid vanished from, so they backtrack all the way to Texas Roadhouse,
Right.
and they watch that footage and they think, okay, because the detective, they want proof. Where was this kid last? Okay, Roadhouse. All right, that's where he's last seen. I guarantee that's in all their reports. Last seen at Texas Roadhouse, 6:25 and whatever seconds they were pulling out.
Yeah.
That's going to be where they start their timeline at. Their timeline, law enforcement timeline started at 6:25 p.m. And then they work from there.
Yeah.
And if you do that, 6:25 p.m., you know, they pull out, whatever, right? You take that, you give or take it, 6:30, you know, they're out of sight completely, probably out of the way of cameras, everything by 6:30, right? 5 minutes later, give them 5 minutes, they probably got away from all the big traffic lights and everything. Okay, so if they start that at 6:30, what happened at 6:33 the following morning, which would be 12 hours and 3 minutes later?
Mm-hmm.
They called that non-emergency number.
Yeah.
And he could have called 911 because when I was there, I dialed 911 and I got somebody right away.
Oh, yeah.
I just did it as a test. You know, it cost me, I think, $5. But when I told her, well, just testing it, she said, well, you're going to get charged. Okay, charge me, and that's fine. But the whole thing is I wanted to find out, if you dial 911 from Hendersonville, what does it do? Does it reroute? No, a lady picked up, how can I help you? Right away. And I'm like, oh, I thought you were going to say I had to give you my statement, you were going to call somebody else.
Yeah.
No. You call 911, we're here to help.
Yeah, we had a local person in chat one night who lived just in the neighborhood adjacent to Katie and Chris's, just one street away, basically in a tree line between their neighborhoods. But she said, you're wasting time not calling 911. You can call the emergency management hotline. Well, they're going to have to call Sumner County, make the report, and then they call 911. It's like you're creating 3 steps when all you had to do was dial 3 letters.
He did it the way he did it for a reason.
Yeah.
He called that number for a reason. There's no 911 call.
Yeah, exactly.
Because the sheriff's non-emergency does not record. It's not emergency.
Yeah.
They take a report, and that's why it tells us in a lot of those, like Carlos alluded, we made the report, I made the report, or we made the report. Boom. Okay? You made the report. The reason you called 911 is because you didn't want that to come back on you.
Right.
Oh, your voice didn't sound like you were desperate, or, you know, that's what people do. They will pick on the 911 call. You got to be honest about it. They do.
Yeah.
They will scrutinize and rip it apart and shred it apart. It's just how it works.
Right.
But there's a reason.
Yeah.
And there's a lot more reasoning behind that, in my opinion.
I just don't think there was any urgency. They themselves even said they taught Sebastian, if there's ever an emergency, dial 911. And yet here's the biggest emergency of their entire life as parents, and they go the long way around it.
Well, I don't know any parent that would have freaked out in 1 minute flat for a 15-year-old. Sorry. They'd have been looking through the house, looking in the backyard, looking outside, looking in the garage, looking for his phone.
Right.
I mean, nowadays those kids don't go nowhere without their phone. I'm sorry.
Exactly, but he was on lockdown so bad it was useless.
He was locked down because they didn't want him to be able to search things to get help.
Right.
That's why they locked him down. That's why he had no internet. Because he couldn't look up like DCS or things like that.
Right.
That's what I believe.
Lisa, I put one on panel. I put one on the screen, Lisa. You can put it in chat. I put a poll up, a 1 for you think Sebastian's alive, or a 2 that he is no longer alive. Man,
I'm like 60-40, and I used to only be 5%, but
I stay 50-50.
Listening to Seth, it's just, he probably had a friend playing video games. Like, this dude knows something.
Yeah.
Like, he knows Katie better than anybody, right? So he knows something's not right.
Yeah.
But he did tell us, but when I find him, I will know exactly what happened. So it's like, he doesn't feel, and he's never felt, and he just said it in that last thing really loud in front of the camera. My son is not gone. Like, he's not unalive. I mean, didn't he make that statement just recently?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
this man truly believes that this kid is stashed somewhere. That they couldn't handle him anymore. That now he knows they didn't want him to find out about the DCS report.
Right.
So don't you think that gave him a little more strength of, okay, they hid my son because they want to hold him so she didn't lose her husband to jail.
Yeah.
Who knows that? He's not stupid.
Diana, if you, to answer your question about the bald guy with Texas Roadhouse, if you go back to and rewatch the live stream I did called the ARC Pennsylvania, that will have all of the things about him that is a possibility by me. I did that one. If you go back and look at all my lives, there's one called ARC Pennsylvania. And you can see where the Bishop guy could possibly play a role, if that is him.
Yeah, I just don't think they would put themselves in that line of fire. But I mean, maybe. I don't think they would really do that for anybody, ruin their life for anybody.
Yeah.
It would have to be a best friend or a family member that would be willing to take the shot. And they would have to really know, okay, you know, you got to have enough money up front. Somebody has to throw some money up to take care of this kid for 3 years. That's not cheap.
Yeah.
So I'd like to know, was money thrown to somebody like her best friend? Right? Or something of that nature.
Yeah.
Did they get any personal loans? Did they do any borrowing or anything months before? Or did they make any large withdrawals? Like 5,000, 10,000 here and there? Did they do anything like that? Were they saving up money to pay someone? That's the things that the FBI and the Secret Service are good at finding.
Right.
But, you know, when you delete all your data like she did, over 40,000 ULRs of it, and it takes them a while to recover all that through the back-end cloud, then it takes them a while to go through that.
It does.
Because you can't imagine, 40,000, that's probably, what, 850,000 text messages, plus probably 100 or 200,000 emails. Plus, if it's Messenger or any other kind of apps, you got all that as well. I mean, apps rat on people, and they don't realize it. Look at Brian Hooker. He thought, I'll get on the tablet or whatever and get on the Marine app, and they tracked him just the same.
Yeah.
The apps, man, the fitness apps that come on every phone, they track you whether you turn them on or not. They're still counting your steps because that's what they're programmed to do.
Right.
There's a reason those come on cell phones. That has a lot to do with law enforcement. Because they know that cell phones usually lead them to people.
Well, technology has advanced so far that, you know, criminals are going to get caught. End of story.
I would have thought they would have got that guy from California after 30-something years, right?
I know.
When that was new technology 4 or 5 years ago. Imagine now what it is.
Yeah.
I mean, Nancy Durfee's case is proof of that.
Yeah.
They went back to a cloud that's supposed to be invisible with no subscription and were able to pull out that. That's true, baby.
Yeah.
And if they have figured out the needle in the haystack and they do now know who this is, but, you know, the problem I've always said is I don't believe that person ever went to hell. I believe that person was sent there to do that on purpose and didn't realize what they were doing. Just doing it as a fun thing for a friend, or they got paid by somebody to do it.
Right.
Because they had no concern.
Yeah.
And I don't think maybe anybody was home at the time they came.
They were very casual.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe it's gone out of friends and they knew she would be there.
Yeah.
So they went and did it. You know, hey, I'm going to make it for you, $200. Hell yeah. And they went and acted like a fool. Because they didn't know what they were doing. But, I mean, that's the thing. There's no proof that Nancy made it home. You know, not one camera in that entire town of all those badass cameras Sheriff Dano said they have, not one camera shows them taking her home.
No.
Now what camera?
Yeah, there's just like with
You got 100 yards of cars, but you don't have their car.
Yeah, just like with Sebastian Rogers'
what's
case.
wrong?
We don't have
What's
any
wrong?
proof that Nancy Guthrie ever made it back home.
There is no proof. Because the garage door opener could have happened any time. Somebody could have programmed that from their phone. It's 00. That was programmed, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So if somebody programmed that door to open, why would you just set a timer for 2 minutes anyway? That's that's not enough time for her to get in that big old garage, get up that step, and get in the house. No way. It would take her way longer than 2 minutes.
Yeah.
I mean, the splatter on the porch, that could have been there since Friday. She did a lot of things on Friday. She did a lot of things on Saturday. And then she got in the Uber too, like All she had to do was walk out that front door and bump her arm on that door, locking it. That metal was slammed on her or something. And she cut herself going to the Uber. And that would have already been there.
Could have been.
And it would have been dried by that night, right? So when if that cameraman would have come that night, it would have already been dried and they would have stepped in it and it wouldn't have done anything because it was already dry.
Yeah.
And that's why I think I think that was an accident on her part. Because it wasn't enough to say, oh my God, she's bleeding bad. No, it wasn't enough for that. That's more like you cut your arm on something and your skin peels back, and when you're on blood thinners, you bleed so bad.
Yeah.
Like, it's so fast. It's like water. It's thin. And that's what that looked like to me, like blood-thin blood. And it was just small little thin puddles. I could have come off of her elbow and hit. Right, running down it, because you're going to turn your arm up when you cut it automatically. You're going to put it up against your chest. You're going to put a paper towel on it. But whatever's still running down off your elbow is still dripping. So that's probably what dripped out towards the Uber. And then she got in the Uber and left. That's why I said, does the Uber show? The Uber shows her in that car. Did it show a new band-aid on her arm or a band-aid on her arm like most of the pictures do? You look at most of the pictures, she has those big band-aids on her arm. You can see all the bad spots where she's bumped and hurt herself on that arm. It's all purple.
Right.
In that picture when she's at that food restaurant sitting there. Okay, big old band-aid right there.
Yep.
And all those injuries seem to be on her right arm. Which when you turn around to lock a door, your right arm is right there. And that's exactly where the drops are. So I've always felt like that. I've explained it before. I felt like that blood had been there. At least since probably Friday or Saturday morning or Saturday during the day, or at the latest when she went to the Uber.
Hey, let me ask you a question about Sebastian. This was put in chat. I want your opinion on it. Oh, hold on. I'm going to do this. And Ziva's going to drive me crazy. I'm going to go put her outside and let her go potty real quick. But Melissa says, I'm wondering if he was sleeping in the garage. Hold on. She knocked off. Maybe that's part of the reason he was having bathroom accidents. What do you think about him? Because there was lots of talk about Sebastian sleeping in the garage.
What I think about is those dogs went in that garage, right? Remember that those two walked up into the garage part. They were trying to find a trail, I guess. So they were walking up trying to find it, sit on that concrete in the garage, like going in and out of that door, to where they could follow it. Them dogs never went to that mattress. So I think, especially if he'd have been peeing on it, that dog would have went straight to that mattress and sat down. So that's why I always felt like the mattresses never played a role. That don't mean that they didn't have one in there that they'd already thrown away. No, I'm not saying that part. I'm saying that the one that was in there, I believe it didn't have its scent on it at all because the dog would have gone to it when it was right there next to it like that.
Yeah.
I think it would have picked up that scent and immediately alerted to that mattress. And I mean, alerted to the trash can. It didn't alert to the trash can either. And that's proof to them that he didn't take the trash out.
Yeah.
And then they tell us.
I always wondered about that. I always wondered about
it all up.
Because, there was lots of talk about him sleeping in the garage for a while.
There was a lot of talk, but the dogs didn't do anything. And if he was sleeping and peeing, I think they would have hit that mattress. I really do.
True.
And that's why I kind of distanced it that. I'm sorry. I hope that's not.
No.
I mean, maybe not what you want to hear, but I do believe the dogs would have alerted.
There you go. He knows about the dogs.
They that entire home. They had dogs in that home as well. So, I mean, I believe that if anything would have been like that when they went through that whole house as many times as they did with dogs, that they would have, one of those dogs would have picked it up.
Right.
But that don't, like I said, that don't mean that they didn't throw a mattress away Saturday during the day or something.
Yeah.
But, now I can't say. But,
right.
I always feel like the dogs are the answer here. That kid did not step off that front porch and go poof.
Right.
Because they didn't even pick up his scent on the front porch. Because why did they not? And why do I believe they didn't pick up his scent anywhere? It's because the kid always wears shoes, like his daddy said.
Yeah.
And the scent is a lot harder. If you're barefooted, that dog's going to find it immediately. But when you're not barefooted, it is harder to find. Especially if they shared shoes.
Right.
Or Katie's shoes were laying next to his shoes all the time. It would have been a mixture of odor. And so it could have confused him, right, a little bit.
Right.
But I do feel the dogs in this case show you that how could it even be possible that he was there when a dog couldn't find a scent of him at all?
Yeah.
And if he'd have stepped on that front porch, that dog, one of those dogs out of the 17 or 18 or however many it is, and we know 12, he just told us 12 the first day, so we know there was at least 12 dogs there. And you're telling me not one dog found a scent of that child around that home?
Isn't that
That's
crazy?
too many dogs to not find a scent. That's enough proof. That's overkill. When you got 12 dogs that don't find a scent, something's really wrong.
That's what I say too, when they keep talking about, he ran away from home and took off in the middle of the night, but yet no dog even got a scent. Not
what
even
does the lead
off
searcher?
the trash can.
Yeah. The
But
lead searcher, Ken, what did he say about the dog? He's the one that set the record straight. The dog did not find any scent of Sebastian Rogers.
Yeah.
Ken made that clear.
That was
They had the meeting.
24
they figured out that
hours.
one with the false lead.
Yep.
And boom. And they had over 17 dogs in less than 72 hours, which is your window, really, of finding a strong scent is in the first 72. And you're telling me that all those dogs that went through in the first 72 hours, they found nothing?
Yeah, makes you wonder.
Makes you wonder whose scent trail they found from that house going towards where the flashlights were, though, right?
Linda, be careful. Take care, okay?
Linda going out. Ah, be
Yeah,
careful.
she got emergency at work. She got to go.
Oh, Lord, she must be a nurse.
Bobby.
What does everybody think? How many people think he made it home? That's really the question.
Yeah, I should put that one up. This poll here has.
Well, does everybody put a green heart if you think he made it home, and then put, I don't even know, a 1 if he did make it home. That way we see how many ones are versus how many green hearts are.
There you go. Green heart if you think he made it home. A 1 if you think he did not.
Yeah.
Let's see where we go.
And then I'm going to ask all the ones that put the green heart that think he may have not made it home. I'm going to ask, the ones, how many ones? And then we're going to see.
Yeah.
Because the answer that I always have, the question I always have is, prove to me he made it home.
Yeah, and that's the thing. All we
Can
have
you prove
is,
it? The Secret Service can't prove it. FBI can't prove it. Law enforcement, local, federal, state, Hendersonville, Gallatin, none of them can prove it.
Yeah.
Not one law enforcement has proved that Chris is at work. That's another very important question.
Yeah.
There's no proof that he's at work. I was told he got in there late and they ran him off, but he didn't want to leave. He was acting a fool, and they escorted him off. And that's when he was fired. Because he was fired. He knows he was fired. He might not admit it, but he knows he was fired. I talked to the superintendent. I talked to the main lady that was over the entire construction site, the whole project.
Yeah.
I know exactly that he was gone because of his attitude. And evidently he had been late before. So, and it's usually on Monday.
Yeah.
Because I believe Pat Brown is right. He either left at 9 p.m. or 3 a.m. to go home. She called it out. She put it out there. She got that from somebody.
Yeah, we were talking earlier about the ping at 1:30 p.m. on the 26th. I'm like, no, it's probably more like 1:30 a.m.
Yeah, it's just so confusing because they had so much time.
Yeah.
To get rid of this kid. The 12 hours. That's a long time. Brian Hooker had literally not much time at all. And they can't find her with GPS coordinates. And they know she's there somewhere.
Yeah.
And they can't find her. See, yeah, I do agree. But that's also the ocean. It has a way different world to find somebody.
Right.
But if this kid would have been anywhere in that area within 5, I'd say all the way to the Cumberland River, because they ended up checking all the way in that second push to the Cumberland River and around Nashville.
Yeah.
They went as far as Nashville searching for this guy. They followed the waterway all the way. Because, of course, they probably thought somebody put him in the water. Yeah. Or that he got to the water or whatever. But I've never believed that Eric and them thought this kid made it home. I've always felt like they have been working this case with no one. They tell us no one left the home for a reason.
Right.
right? Because they want us to know that this kid was never there to leave home. And they've already told us they don't believe it's a runaway either. They don't believe it's a kidnapping.
Right. Yeah.
You know, if they're going to say now they don't believe it's foul play, well, what other option is there? The only other option out there, which is 97.2% of the time, is parental kidnapping, which is hiding a child.
Yeah.
Your own parents kidnap you and hide you.
I would
with
like.
somebody they trust.
I wonder if Dr. Gary has a statistic on parental kidnapping and hiding them.
You know what?
I bet he does.
He probably does.
Michelle says runaways need shoes. Yeah, Michelle.
Yeah,
Exactly.
and they need money, and they need a phone, and they need a backpack, and they need a jacket, and they need their medicine, and their toothbrush, their toothpaste, which nobody ever said. Evidently, this kid loved brushing his teeth.
Yeah.
So why didn't he at least take his damn toothbrush and toothpaste with him?
Yeah.
I mean, don't you teach your kids to brush their teeth at 15?
Yeah.
I mean, nothing. He took nothing. And that's why FBI makes that statement. Sergeant Barnett, clearly. The only thing he ever said in this case is a question mark.
Yeah.
And it grew bigger as it went on.
It
and
grew bigger.
Something's not adding up, and we got to find the truth. He didn't say we got to find answers with the truth.
The
He
truth.
just wants the truth. Because the truth will solve the case, you know?
Yeah.
And I think that he knows that. And I do feel that Aaron Craddock thinks this kid is out there somewhere. If he thought he wasn't, he'd have put in a cold case file on time. No sheriff's going to keep a case open that long unless they believe that this kid is out there.
Michelle
And
said.
he's always said we need to find him, find the truth, and bring him home. That's all we want. If we're going to get a tip one day that's going to break this thing wide open, and we're going to go get him and bring him home. That's how he feels. He never said it's a recovery.
Right.
He never said what Ken said. I mean, Ken, that was the backbreaker to me because the way he said it, you know. But disappointed in the outcome of the search, like expecting closure, and it's like, whoa.
Yeah.
That is shock right there. That reminded me of the little, what was that little boy's name? That went to the mama. Was it Jaden?
Jaden
Something like
Spicer.
that?
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. I know a buddy of mine's the one that made the coffee for him. Trey out of Edna, Texas.
Kelly said, Lolly, ask Rich if he thinks that could be Sebastian running at Texas Roadhouse where the cars go around behind the bushes.
I'm working on that right now. You know, the thing to me is I've never even talked about what I think on that, but I don't know. I know some of the guys on the team. Like Jeff he's at 70%. That kid. He said the outfit matches, the way he runs matches, what they're saying with those arms kind of back. You notice when it's running along the back fence back there, the first time it kind of runs fast.
Yeah.
His arms are back.
Yeah.
And what he's learned through the case, what we've been investigating it is, he's looked at those points because when I found those people, found that person running around in there just by the grace of God, right? That's how it is. Lead on the haystack sometimes.
Yeah.
And then you find that, and then I got to sit here and send it to law enforcement before I can break it and tell everybody. I was so ready to tell everybody. And I was like, I can't yet, you know, because I always give everything law enforcement first. That's just how I am. Because I don't ever want to be the cause of something going wrong, you know, or hindering a case, or why did you give that out? Why didn't you send that to us first? Or if you want to keep that working relationship with law enforcement, then you have to do these things. Kind of like Brian Eaton. Why does he get what he gets? Because he goes to the sources. He goes to law enforcement, to the sheriff, to the DA, to the prosecutor. He goes to where he needs to go to get the information. That he trusts the information. He don't want to put out BS. You don't hear Brian saying allegedly, right?
What?
He comes out and says what he learned, has people on there that tell him part of it. And that's how he rolls. But he does get good information. And it always comes within how you communicate. Communication is the key. But a lot of people don't want to go do their own research. They want to use other people's research. And it's hard to do that when you don't really know because you haven't done it for yourself.
Yeah.
And that's why I say sometimes watching a video, how many times do you think you watched that Roadhouse clip?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, let's be honest. 20, 30, 50, 100.
Probably about 50 to 60 times.
And you never caught it.
Never.
How many other hundreds of thousands of people watched it, including Jennifer Carpenter,
Yeah.
and never caught it?
Yeah.
Including the FBI, which they trained to look for those things.
Yeah.
And then, all the grace of God, I'm just sitting there, and I was like, I caught the timestamp the day before, so I knew something was wrong. So then I said, okay, now I really got to watch this thing.
Right.
So then I just turned off all the lights, put it on the tablet, laid it on the center of the bed, and just played it over and over again. Started at the left, worked my way. When I got about 2 inches from the left, when you see the first time him running by that car, I was like, holy shit, there's somebody there. And then you see what looks like the green hoodie go and go to the right and never come back to the screen. Then you see the other person that comes from the left to right and then darts around the pole and goes back the same way to the left along the back fence in the bushes, and then runs out again, and then goes back again. Every time that little black car and white car are moving around in circles back there 3 or 4 times like that, he's running the opposite direction.
Right.
And then when the car pulls up kind of like a Volkswagen, that pulls up like a black Volkswagen, like SUV, when that pulls up, that's when he really moves. And it stops. It hits its lights, remember? And at first we thought that could be like Katie's car, but then when Jeff ran it through, it came out to be like a Volkswagen, like an SUV, in a dark color. We don't know if it's dark green, black, or what, but it's a dark color. It's not white like the white car you see, so we know it's darker. And I'm at the point now to where, I mean, the way they are, they got me pushing 50-50. And, I mean, law enforcement has to know this. FBI had to have caught that. They just never said anything. And I think that the Roadhouse video, as I've always said,
Right.
if it's the last piece of proof of the child, then it's so much more important than people are thinking.
Right.
So we're looking at. They're too worried about inside. What's going on inside, right? And you're looking around for other people. You're not really paying attention to Sebastian and what he's doing. You're looking around for other people to see. Oh my God, is Chris in here? Is Kathy in here? Is Terry in here? Is Melissa in here? The other Kathy, right? You're looking to see who's in there looking at him, and you're not really worried about what's going on with them. Because did we ever see him eat a salad? No.
No.
But she said he was eating a salad with ranch dressing. But I'd like to see those pictures because I think it's a bald-faced lie. But I don't think he had I think he had a mouth full of macaroni when she took that picture. Some kind of pasta.
Yeah.
But I don't believe that it was salad.
No. We don't see it.
I didn't see no ranch dressing in front of him.
But we
little
also
cups, they puts them in the little blue cups or the white cup. I didn't see no ranch dressing on that table.
don't see the whole video. So
Well, no, but the 20 seconds we missed
yeah.
is towards the end.
Yeah. True.
Either somebody walked up and paid that bill for them or something. Something went down in that last 20 seconds of that video. And what it is, only the FBI knows, because nobody has the original. I mean, nobody. Except for them. Roadhouse doesn't even have the original. They have whatever they made for them. Whatever they took out before they gave that little flash drive back to them, or their little hard drive back to them, Secret Service did whatever they needed to do to that video before they gave it back. So the Roadhouse is looking exactly what we're looking at. 20 seconds missing here, 9 seconds missing at the beginning. So there's 29 seconds in total out of that video that's gone. So what could have unfolded in 29 seconds? 29 seconds is so fast. Okay. Stand on one foot and count to 29. I guarantee most of you are going to fall before you get to 29. It's a lot longer than you think it is.
I sure as heck would.
That's what I'm saying. Most people, and I think they're going to fall over before they get to 29. Now, you get to 10 and 11, your legs are going to be shaking.
Right.
And you're going to be like, yeah, 29, and you're going to realize how long 29 seconds is.
Yeah.
I mean, 29 seconds.
It can make or break it.
Sounds short. But when it comes to something like, think about this. If you're riding down in a car, you got your kid in the front seat, y'all are bickering and arguing. He jumps out of the car, stop the car, jumps out of the car, right? How far do you think he can get away from that car in 29 seconds at a full run? A pretty good way.
Probably.
Right?
Yeah.
But it can happen in 29 seconds. He could get out of the car and slam the door and be running down the road in 29 seconds.
Yeah.
So how quick could she have got him out of her car? In less than 5 seconds. So you put your car in neutral, let it roll towards the stop. It's still in neutral like it's moving on the GPS. You get them out, you get back in, you pull it back down to drive, and you keep rolling slow and then kind of slowly speed up.
Right.
And the GPS looks like you're just solidly driving. And I mean, there's so many ways that you got to think how they thought. And that's what it comes down to.
Yeah.
But I think it was something that they had been working on for a while. I don't think this was something that just randomly spur of the moment happened.
Let me ask you, do you know, is there any video from that Worsham's convenience store gas station there across from the high school?
That's the one that the camera footage showed Kathy's car, right? That little store?
Somehow, some way, people said there were 3 people that said they saw her there. But but there
was only one camera on that building.
But was there any footage of it? We've never heard.
No, law enforcement got it, I'm sure.
I mean, hope so.
They said they had, what was it, 2,000 something videos, something like that?
Yeah, they got tons of videos, but it's never been confirmed they got that one. So everybody's wondering. And that was asking the chat here if, you know, someone has
day
a video.
10, I think. We were there day 10, and that's when we learned that they had taken cameras from the roadhouse. Any camera that was on that run home, they got the cameras from any house that was facing the road, any trail cams, anything that went along that road. Those 2 detectives rode that road for like 3 or 4 days looking for cameras from the roadhouse all the way to their house. So I know they pulled all the cameras that would have shown the car on the way home.
Right.
And that should have told us something. That's telling them, it's got to tell them something.
Yeah.
Either was there 2 people in the car or not. When you go into a traffic light, you should be able to see enough to see if there's somebody else in there.
Right.
And it depends on the angle of the camera and what lane you're in. But all in all those lights around there, roadhouse, they all have cameras on. I looked. I know they all have cameras.
Yeah.
But as far as the footage from the store, I mean, FBI and them got that, and they're not going to give it up. There's a lot of footage that they're not going to give up. They've only debunked one video, well, 2 if you take the flashlight video, which I don't believe they debunked it. I think they just threw that trash out there to shut people up. But I think they've always tried to protect that video because it will be used down the road. And I think they can prove that it's not Sebastian. That's why it's not a big deal to them until court, the trial. But it's thrown on the back burner, so hopefully they won't talk about it anymore on social media.
Right.
But then you start a fire because you say something that we can prove is not possible.
Right.
Headlights aren't going to shine that far from up there.
Yeah.
Because they're not going to shine over those roofs, and they're not going to go in reverse. And it's going to go from 2 lights to 1 light, and they're way further than headlights are apart. At one point, they're like, what was it, 48 yards, I think, apart.
Yeah.
Headlights aren't going to shine 48 yards apart, guys.
Yeah, and they don't go different directions. That's the
About
stupidest thing I've ever heard in my life.
300 feet. 300 feet, that's 100 yards max on the high beam. Low beam's about 150 feet. So that's what, 75 yards or what? I mean, you got to think that it's just not. It's not possible. I hate to say it, and I know they're probably mad at me for that, but it's like, just don't put out something when you know we're going to go try to prove it, or at least see if we can prove it.
Yeah, exactly.
Put out something like, if they'd have put 300 feet, it'd have been believable. But when you put 300 plus yards, it's like, man, you realize how far that is?
Yeah.
300 yards of 3 football fields.
Valley Gal, I do think they got camera footage from the school as well.
Yeah, our principal told me that. They did take all the cameras, 4 cameras, I think, from the school parking lot. Because they were trying to prove that she rode through the parking lot. I mean, they were tracking everything she did, so they didn't believe her at all. They reminded me of the Emmanuel Haro case, in a way.
Yeah.
Like how they went and tracked every step of that mama.
Oh, yeah. Definitely.
It's like they did the same thing here, but they started early here. People don't realize. I mean, that's why I wanted you to play that clip, is people realize that in the first 27 hours or less, they were already contradicting everything the mom said, from the shoes to the clothes.
Yep.
And to me, that's the most important because that's all the kid left with.
Yeah.
Those shoes and this clothes. And they don't even know what he left with. Because can't even tell. We don't know what this kid dressed in.
Bye,
Well,
Linda. Thank you for being here.
When that comes from law enforcement, you got to take it to heart. I'm sorry, because when we say we learned it from law enforcement, we look at it as a fact. And the way Eric Reddick said that about the shoes, he was being straightforward.
Yeah, he was.
Like, and he's not straightforward all the time, but he was damn sure straightforward on that.
Melissa just put in chat, I've listened to several older lives from 2024. It said CP's mom was parked on the other side of the road from the store. Okay.
From the gas station?
Yeah, that Worsham's there. Yeah.
She was at that little pullover right there. There's a little
okay.
Like when people have made it kind of like a pullover, there's still a little grass and dirt there. But yeah, that's what I was told. Was this catty corner from the store across the street. That's exactly what I was told too.
Okay. Good deal. Good deal.
And that it sat there for around 25 to 30 minutes. That's what I learned too.
Okay. Valley Gal said.
I think it was first time it was seen was right before 6.
Oh, okay.
Like 5:54 or 5:53 a.m. I think you might want to ask Melissa, but that's what I was told was I think 5:53 a.m. it was already sitting there.
Okay. Valley Gal said
she was the first one at the house, and she pulled up around the same time as Katie.
Yeah. She came in right behind Katie.
Well, that's not going to work because if she was at home, she'd never got there that quick.
Exactly. And Valley Gal said I also heard BP's cameras weren't working. Is that true?
CP's cameras?
BP. The convenience store down the road there.
Oh, I don't know if they were working or not. I was told that they took the footage, just like they took the footage from Easy Days, just like they took footage from Yogi Bear. Like, they took footage from a lot of those campgrounds around up there.
But the BP was that convenience store.
Yeah. See, I don't know if the camera was working or not. I know they took all the footage from the roadhouse to the house. That's all I do know. Okay. I mean, what footage was good or bad? Evidently, he wasn't seen on any footage because that's what they tell us. He wasn't seen on any footage. And when they mean any footage, they mean like 2,000 hours of footage.
Yeah.
He's not seen anywhere. That is a high number of footage. 2,000 hours is a lot of footage.
Right.
And you're telling me out of 2,000 hours plus, not one sighting of this kid other than the roadhouse?
Yeah.
That's
Crazy.
why I always put on my thumbnail, 6:25 p.m. Because that, to me, after that, there's nothing. Just like Nancy Griffin, 5:32, whenever that Uber got to that house and she got out of that car and that camera quit recording her. But just say 5:40 or whatever. From that time on, there's nothing of Nancy Griffin.
Yeah.
Nothing. I mean, just like that new case. I mean,
yeah.
That gym girl. I mean, she's seen on camera at 9:17 p.m. And then less than a 5-minute walk from where she was, she found under a little bridge overpass that somebody could have put her out of a car, like maybe a husband that was jealous and fixing to lose half of everything he worked for. I don't know. I'm just saying that. It's my opinion, but you know.
Yankee Girl said, "Thank you, Rich, for joining us."
Yankee,
she says, "Thank you, Rich, for joining us. We always appreciate having you. Hugs to
Oh
Ruby."
my God! Thank you for welcoming me. Big hug to you. What part of New York are you from, Yankee?
She way up north. Way up north.
I know.
There.
What part of New York?
Way past New York. Way up in there.
Oh, she's up by Maine.
Yeah.
Oh wow, New Haven. Don't tell me New Haven. That's where what's her name vanished from. The Texas girl that moved up there with her family that ran from CPS.
Yeah.
She's connected to Sebastian's case because they don't give a lot of rewards. FBI usually doesn't, but they put $15,000 on her case.
That Stephanie girl.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So sad. So sad. It's a dad. So sad.
Well, I was gonna say we are at 50-50 on our poll as to whether Sebastian is.
Wow! Out of how many? Roughly.
It doesn't say.
How many people are in the chat?
We got 41 in here right now.
Okay, so just say out of 41 if everybody did it.
Yeah. So we're at 50-50.
20 and a half to 20 and a half.
Yeah.
Wow. So there's a lot that think that this kid made it home.
Yeah. That's what it looks like.
Okay, that's my question. I'm gonna have to all y'all that say he did. How are you gonna prove it to me?
Yeah.
Just one thing. Tell me one thing that you're gonna prove it by.
And
That he was
Bobby,
There's the proof.
and Bobby said, "Rich, us New York girls watch you."
Oh, I love New York. If I could live there, I would. I would move right to smack down to Madison Square Gardens and give me a condo if I could. But
You would not.
I mean, it's just, no, you think that it's this bad place because of all the talk you hear about it. But when you get there, the peacefulness of just sitting in Madison Square Gardens, it's so peaceful. And can you talk about seeing the stars? That is one place that I never thought I'd be able to see stars.
Really?
Good God.
I didn't
Beautiful
know that.
sky.
Hey,
Oh my God, you
Marlon.
can sit in Madison Square Gardens where they put that Christmas tree. You can sit there and look up about midnight, and it's just stars everywhere. And you wouldn't think you'd be able to see them.
I would think there would be too many lights.
Nah, them New Yorkers will tell you it's pretty skies. And then if you get out of New York City a little bit, go over the bridge, it's all farmland and country up there.
Bobby
I looked at a couple cabins over there.
Bobby said, "Oh no, we're upstate country girls."
Yeah, they're the New York Yankees. They're the country girls.
Good night, Keely. We love you, sweetheart.
That's good. It's good to have country girls in here.
Keely told you good night, Rich.
Oh, good night. Sweet dreams to you.
Mhm.
Dream about something special.
That's right. She's our chat cheerleader.
Oh,
She's
cool.
always so positive and encourages
That's so good.
everybody.
That's what it takes.
That's
what
right.
it takes. Happy life, right? Happy
That's
life.
right.
Always be positive and happy life.
Yeah.
There's just so many unanswered questions in a way, but really, there's not. You think there is, right?
Yeah.
We don't know this, but really, what have they told us? They've told us an awful lot compared to what people think.
Yeah.
You just have to go listen to Aristocratic talk and listen to what he said.
It's those little things that get said that we just hear what we heard it all in the beginning, but when you stop and you close your eyes and you listen to the words,
oh yeah,
it gives it a whole new meaning.
I'm telling you, it does. It changes everything when you hear that, because everybody's stuck on that black sweatpants, black sweatshirt, black sweatpants, glasses.
Yeah. Uh-oh, we lost him. He'll call back here in a minute. Guys, I do appreciate y'all being here so much, and I hope you're enjoying this. Like I said, just trying to get outside that box a little bit.
I don't know what happened.
You're good. It's probably my weather. Are you there?
Yeah, when the earbuds go dead like that, it just drops.
Yeah.
It told me low battery once, and then I just kind of didn't pay attention.
Don't ignore that.
I know. I should have not ignored it, but it's so hot here. It's like 85 here right now. It's still brutal.
Ugh.
Dude, I know you can't even walk outside without sweating.
It is so humid outside here.
Oh my God! And the animals are just horses and goats. They're just suffering. It's so hot.
Yeah.
So hot, and it's so hot so early. I can't imagine what August is gonna be like. 120.
Oh, Bobby. Bobby, thank you so much for the $20 super chat. I appreciate you, girl.
So sweet.
Thank you, Bobby. She's so kind and gracious.
Yeah, that's very kind.
Thank you, Bobby. That was so sweet.
She understands how hard you work. It's not easy to do it. It's not.
I tell you.
That's why I don't do lives. I don't do lives. It's not easy. It's whole different work, and I'm always scared I'm going to say something that I shouldn't say. Like I'm going to leak something that I'm not supposed to leak. And that's one of the reasons why I don't like doing lives.
Yeah.
I'm always scared I'm just going to leak it on accident. But sometimes you just get talking, and I have spit things out before on accident. And then, of course, in a couple of days, it'll break somewhere, right? You'll hear it. And then I'm like, okay, whew, it's out now. I ain't got to worry about it. I'm serious. I don't ever want to be the harm to any case. I don't ever want to be the one that messed any case up.
I agree. I agree. We were talking about that before you called in, like the fitness trainer girl that went missing and everything. Her case is so similar, and it's almost scary how close it is to Micah Miller's.
Dude, it's like
And
what
it's
I'm
like,
saying.
are we doing bad by putting all the details out here that people are sitting there watching us and taking things?
A lot of people have turned against their husband because of what they're learning from the best friend. Right? When I was gonna break it the other day first because I got that video way before anybody broke it of her at the other door and messing with the food order and checking the ticket.
Yeah.
And I'm just got out of that mental ward that he put her in. She hadn't even been out for like a week, and that happened. And I'm thinking, okay, this is a woman that is on time to the gym. She's always working out. She's teaching her clients. She's making her money. And all of a sudden, her whole life changes in like 30 days, and she starts forgetting things and leaving her car and losing her mind and turning her phone off and sleeping with her back against the window because she's scared of her husband.
Yeah.
Like, you try to say that you're 39. I think he's probably, I don't know how old Brandon is, but I believe he's probably between 50 and 60. He's a lot older than her. She's 39. And it's kind of like, if y'all remember, a lot of y'all will remember, David Burke, the sheriff that his wives kept vanishing or ending up unalive. Like, all those young women he was after, he was like the police chief or whatever.
Yeah.
They finally took him down, right? But they still never found the one that they believe he dumped in the canal in that box. But it's the young one. She was like 20-something. But he just kept getting young wife after young wife. Like, he just get rid of them and go dump them somewhere and get a new one.
Yeah.
And it's like he finally got caught. But it took, 3 women to disappear?
Yeah.
That's too many.
Right.
He even took out his ex-wife when he went to her house. He was in the bathtub and he took her out.
Yeah. That's pretty sad.
And then he bragged about it to these girlfriends of his. And then, of course, they started getting scared once he started changing. Or he found another woman, and I guess he scared him. Like, I'm going to disappear.
Yeah.
And Micah Miller, John Paul Miller did the same thing to Micah. Did the same thing to Micah. I'm sorry. Stop, Ruby. They didn't do nothing to you.
Oh, yes, Yankee girl. Ziva doesn't stay out by herself. She just goes out potties and comes right back in. And Yankee girl said to give Ruby hugs.
Oh, I sure will do it. I sure will do it. Okay, all right. Come on, she's acting silly. But it's just so hot during the day for her. Like, I was trying to do it today, and my phone shut off. It said the temperature was too hot. It couldn't go anymore. Like 7 minutes, and it shut off. And then I looked down at Ruby. Okay, I see you. I looked down at her, and she just like panted. And I'm thinking, what am I doing? It's 110 degrees, and I got her out all black. And I got touched her top of her skin, and she was like on fire. I was like, I have to go back.
Yeah.
And we were just doing some drills and stuff, but trying to gear up for next week. But
well,
I got pissed off because of that top of pushed everything down.
Why don't you clarify something when it comes to Ruby? How old is Ruby?
4.
She's 4 years old, y'all.
Baby.
Is she?
She's born on April Fool's.
She
April 1st, her birthday.
Aw.
She just turned 4. Yeah.
And what kind of dog is Ruby?
Ruby's a mutt. She's a rescue dog. She's a dog that my daughter made me go rescue. I've never had nothing that didn't have papers. Anytime I've ever been searching for 11 years. Always had either a lab or something like that. She's the first one. And I worked with her for 2 years with that military book. I've showed it on my channel before, the book I use. And it's like the military grade training the dog. And to find objects, not just people, but objects. You know, leather things, because usually people go missing, they're wearing a belt, or they got a purse or a wallet. You know, you can find that, usually you can find the person, right? So I trained her on that. She's found backpacks before that were 2.5 foot in the ground. I mean, a lot of things. But
yeah, she's a good dog.
I worked with her for so long. I sent her to school. You know, they worked with her when she was like 9 weeks. She was already in a swimming pool, taking things, swimming to the bottom, bringing stuff up. I mean, I've shared those pictures before. She was so little.
Uh-huh.
That was just like 3 years ago.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
She's still a baby. She's still got at least 4 more years.
Yeah.
Of doing it. And who knows? She might run longer. There's no telling. I never thought she would be a good dog. If you'd have asked me when I first got her, I'd have told you she's a mutt. She's going to be a ranch dog. But man, did she pick up so fast. And like wanted to do it. Y'all see how she wants to do it. It's not that I want. She's not dragging me.
Yeah.
I'm not dragging her. She wants to do it. She wants to search. She wants to find kids. She enjoys it.
Yeah.
So it makes it easy for me. And I know there's some haters out there, but I pray extra hard for them. But
That's all we can
there's
do.
there's some haters that want to pick on her, but that's okay.
Yeah.
I mean, when she's what is it? Probably 16. I'd have to check her little things, but I think at least 16 people she's found, mainly kids, but at least 16, I guess.
Yeah.
And she ain't been doing this a couple of years. You gotta remember, when I first launched the channel, she'd only been doing it about 6 months. She's barely a little over 2. She just got out of school.
So in 2 years' time, she's found 16.
2 years, yeah, 2 years, less than 2 years time.
Less than 2 years. There you go.
That's because we have all the volunteers. We do all the volunteers. We work with every county within
No.
probably 50 miles. We always tell them if you don't have, because a lot of small towns like, Quail, Edna, they don't have big police departments. They're small, couple of cops.
Yeah.
They don't have any dogs.
Right.
So I've always said, I'll help you. Here's my name, here's my number. I'll help you. So I used to do a lot of that. And then I started searching more for Sebastian. And I was gone so much that when they would call me, I wasn't available. That it started slowing down how much they called me, right?
Right.
And now I've been reaching back out to emails because Ruby's registered with 12 different search and rescue teams. And that's how I found out so much about Jack and Lily, is because of one of those team members is on our little network.
Yeah.
And so I was
Yankee
able to
girl.
get a lot of that information early.
Yankee girl. She is not a lab. She is not a lab. She is a mutt.
No. She's a mutt. Heinz 57. That's what my grandpa would have said.
A Heinz 57. Yeah. Melissa said, can her fur be thinned out to help cool her off?
No, but she got that vest, and I have the ice for it. Those cool things that go into the belly. And it has like a liner to keep it from the pack from touching her, but those ice packs you pop, it holds 4 of them. 1 on each side and 2 underneath. And it lasts about 4 hours cold. But her problem is I think it's too cold because it's so hot outside. But she's still breathing the hot air. But her body is so cold that I think it's bothering her. Because she'll usually try to get it off. 30 minutes, I think she gets a little too chilly.
Yeah.
And, like her shoes, every pair I've ever bought her, she has probably 8 different pair of shoes. She'll sit there and pull them all off. Like literally. Fight them until she rips the strap or gets them off.
She probably can't run good.
Yes, you got a pair of cowboy boots, the pink ones, if you want one.
That's funny.
One of those bandanas, though. That's her favorite thing, to grab one every day. She wants to grab one every day.
A bandana?
That's always been her thing. That's always been her thing. And I always did it by color. For searching for girls, she would always grab pink or red. I don't know how she learned it. She just did. But then whenever I tell her, if I'm to say his name right now, who we're talking about, I can't say it because she'll go nuts. But if I'm to say his name right now, she's going to run in there and grab that camouflage.
Yeah.
And she's going to know exactly where we're going.
Yeah.
And she loves that river. Although we did eat it. I'm not going to lie. I'm not scared. I'm embarrassed, but it don't matter. I fell right down that thing, but all the way to the bottom. She did too. But yeah, we were walking on like a deer trail path. It's like 6 inches wide, and then it's like 40 foot down in the water on the right side of you.
Yeah.
And on a little bit trail that's about as wide as your tennis shoe. And for her, it was easy. It was me. I tried to go around the little bitty tree, and when I stepped off on the side, the ground gave way. And I had her loose in my hands, so I had to throw it, right? Because I didn't want to drag her with me and then her not be able to stand up. And then her end up hitting the tree and hitting the log all the way down, about 40 feet straight down. So I laid out. I let the leash go and I laid out because I knew it stopped me, right? They always tell you to spread out like a bird. And it will slow you down. It does slow you down.
Yeah.
I mean, I still hit the water with my butt, I'm not going to lie, but it was pushing me a little bit. But she rolled about halfway down and then she caught herself and then she was running straight to me.
Aww.
And then she was right there, like, she came over there and sat down right beside me. It took me a minute to get up, kind of hurt my butt. Ain't gonna lie, I fell. It was a long fall. And the sad thing was, I was filming a video when I fell. I still have that video. I don't even know if I released it or not. I might have released it, but man, you couldn't see me fall. You just saw the camera go around and round and round and round. I never let go of the camera. I don't know how, but so you got to see me rolling, but
Mhm.
I don't know. It's those are the good old days, you know.
Yeah.
And it's like now, it's like we're trying to figure out. We got a couple of new areas to search, but it's so hard because we've covered it. Not just us. Lots of people have covered. Silver Valley has covered a lot of land too.
Yeah.
So it's not like we have covered damn near all of Tennessee, you know.
Yeah. Well, listen, Keely came back in chat. She said, Rich, I have a dog.
All right.
She has a little dog too.
Aw. Is she a lot like Ruby or she got papers?
She's what kind of dog is she, Keely? She's like a Shih Tzu, I think.
Aw, little dog. Those are cute.
Yeah.
Sometimes those little dogs can do the same thing. I've always told everybody, all it takes is working with them.
Oh yeah.
Like getting the book and working with them. I mean, that's really what it's about. It's being able to dedicate 2 hours of every afternoon, even if you work 12 or 16 hours a day like I do. I still dedicate 2 hours every day to work with them. And you got to do that for basically you're doing it for 11 months. She got out of class, I gave her a week off, and I started.
Yeah.
And then it was like 11 straight months, every single day. On weekends, it was 6 hours. During the week, it was 2 hours. Every single day. You can't miss a day. You got to do it every single day. And then once we hit it, she was ready to go. Like, I wasn't ready to release it yet. I was still going to wait another month. But we got a call, and I think it was, I don't even remember. It was right before I started my channel. Maybe a month or two before, because she hadn't been doing it long when I started the channel. She was pretty new at this. I mean, she was running with me, but not like I would let her go like on her own like that yet. And we did a couple of cases before. I want to say, golly, what was the one after Quentin Simon? It was a girl, and she was golly, what was that little girl? I think she was 9. And she went missing when she was with the dad. And it was an Arkansas thing.
Athena Strand.
It was one that we went and searched for her for 6 days, and that was our first like real like let's go make a difference thing. I mean, she picked up the girl's trail perfectly, but it stopped at the road.
Yeah.
And so that's why we're like, okay, a car. Well, we come to find out it was the parent. Anyway, it was the dad.
Oh, gotcha.
Like, she had left the house. He was supposed to be with her dad that weekend, and she tried to run away because evidently the dad was mean to her. And I don't know what happened I don't know if he hit her on the road on accident or if he did something to her after he picked her up.
Okay, that wasn't Athena.
They ended up arresting the dad for it.
Wow.
And then right before she was going to go to trial, about a month before she was scheduled to start trial, it was like right around in that time. And it was in somewhere around across the border from Texas into Arkansas. It was not even 60 miles in. I have to find it. I got so many little plaques from them because most of them will give you plaques.
Yeah.
But, it's hard because sometimes you go and you find nothing.
Right.
Sometimes you go and you find something that you didn't expect to find. I think we found more searches for Suzanne Simpson than we found for any other case.
Suzanne Simpson.
So much. I remember I had to put my hat over it.
Right.
Like, I can't say it on YouTube, you know that, but
yeah.
I had to cover up my hat, but I still shared the video. I learned, I got smart. Like, don't show it because you can't show it when it's got red stuff on it, right? That's not a good thing to do.
Yeah.
So, and then we found those shop rags and then paper towels that were all soaked, and then it's like, okay, we got something here. Something's going on. And then, of course, I was working with the marshals on that one. They would give me an area of 1 mile. They were only doing 1 mile at a time. It was so thick and thorny. I don't know if you've ever seen any of those videos or any of y'all have. We had to literally crawl under the thorns.
Yeah, I saw that one.
That's where we were. So they gave us 1 mile. Can you imagine covering 1 mile like that?
Mm-mm.
In 110 degree heat, too. It was brutal. Brutal. I mean, brutal. But, when you get on a mission and the kids want their mama found and they're crying and they're begging you to find, you can't give up. Because you see those little kids, right? Like their youngest. Which I think was the biggest part of the case. I stepped up and told the teacher what that daddy did at 5 years of age?
Yeah, that's pretty sad.
And they look at you and they're crying and you see their little face. And I have 2 daughters, so I'm partial. And they're like, just find my mommy. And it's like, it's so hard to not. And that's why I think we just kept going back every day. Like, I would work 12, 15 hours, and we'd go back over there. And I'd go 8 or 9 hours. And then I'd come home, sleep an hour, and go back. And I was doing that every day for like 7 or 8 days straight.
Yeah.
But
That's
it's
rough,
brutal when you only
too.
get an hour of sleep, right?
Yeah,
And,
that area is rough.
oh, my God. Bandana and all that. That is some big brush. And that's why searching for Sebastian to me was so easy.
Yeah.
Because everything, I mean, there was a couple of big parts, you know, where the manhole was behind Easy Days. That was some pretty big brush. But other than the rivers were pretty easy. I mean, there was a lot of big trees, but it wasn't a lot of thick hedges and stuff.
Right.
And, I mean, we've been to some areas that were crazy. I mean, when we went to Arizona, I had to go through for work, but I stopped and signed that thing for Nancy, right? I put love from Texas, right? South Texas, I think, on there.
Yeah.
And, you know, seeing that and then realizing they're not searching for this woman. That was the hardest thing for me.
Ooh.
Because I'm like, why are they not searching? They have to know way more. Because they're not searching for her. So they know something more. If they thought she was there, or even had the slightest hint that she was in that area, they'd be searching for her.
Right.
Think about that.
Yeah.
They know way more. And I think that the timeline is bullshit. I'm sorry. I think Nancy Goetze's timeline is bullshit. If they want to believe that timeline, let them believe it. But I don't think they believe it.
Yeah.
I think they realize that garage door is set up. I think they realize those cameras were programmed. The garage door was programmed. I think they're finally at a point now where they feel like Nancy didn't make it home. Because as long as her phone was with her at 2 a.m., it would have registered that alert. No matter what. But if the phone was powered off and she was next to it, it still would have sent it, right? It would have shook hands. And then when her phone came on, the alert would have went off. So it is possible that it was in buffer mode, and that pacemaker jump could have happened sometime before that. But by the time the phone powered up is when it sent the alert. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, totally.
Because it's designed to store 24 hours a day and then unleash that 24. We know that her time slot was from like 2:13 to 2:28. That's a 15-minute window every night that her stuff uploaded. Well, for some reason that night, she not only did she not take her medication, she didn't. It wasn't able to download the data to her app.
Yeah.
That's 2 misses right there.
Right.
That's not a coincidence. Remember, she's supposed to have got home at 9:50 when the garage door closed. 10 minutes before her medication. She's going to walk right by her medication. You tell me she's not going to take it?
Yeah, she would have.
And that's her lifeline? That's her lifeline?
Yeah. Yeah, she would have.
That to me, that's the only mistake. That's one of the only mistakes that was made, besides the programming. I think. But they'll catch out of it. So I think they did it from a burner phone.
Yeah.
And I think that's why there's no car. I think somebody hiked in there to stage that thing. And there's a lot of people that live pretty close. I could have hiked that, and there's a lot of people in that family that like to hike. I'm not going to say any names, but I think y'all know who wears a backpack all the time.
Yeah.
A lot of people. All you had to do was hike in. They knew if you eliminate the car, they'll never find you. What have they been looking for? What if people like this Moderna have been preaching? Where's the car? Where's the car? Where's the car? Because they know if they find the car, they find the person.
Right.
That's how they caught Goldberger. The car. I don't care what anybody says. They caught him on the car. Kaylee Gonzalez's dad admitted it straight out in the very beginning. They had him from the start. They had his car.
Yeah.
They know that's what caught him.
Yep.
And
digital technology.
That's why I got excited when they thought those pajamas could be hers. Because I'm like, okay, that means one of those license plate readers out there on that highway got that car.
That's what I thought too.
And that's what I said. If those are her pajamas, they will find out who did it.
Yeah.
But evidently, it must not be her pajamas.
Must not, unless they're keeping it quiet. I don't know.
Yeah, that could be the clue. That could be the needle in the haystack. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I think that's somebody playing to see if they would get caught, to see if they could track that number. That's why they did a Mexico hotline and not an American hotline.
Right.
Because they wanted to see if they could trace the call. I'm sure with that person that gave that tip to those Mexican people was waiting for the FBI to ring their phone. That's what I think. And I bet you they did. unless they blocked their own number when they called it, FBI found that number.
Yeah.
And they've already spoken to that person. And they might have spoke to that person day one. They might have kicked that dude's door in the first 3 hours. And they'd be like, oh, man, I was lying. Okay, well, that's why they're kind of just saying now. Because law enforcement got after that kid. They don't believe it, evidently. Because I think they know more.
Right. And I think that's the same in Sebastian's case, even though it's frustrating to us because we want to know things. But I think they're just holding it close and they're not letting it out. They don't want it to leak.
Yeah, they're like 85% that they're on the money. I do think that they thought maybe with that 85 the DA would prosecute, but I don't think he's ready to until they get to about 110%, 120.
Yeah. Sadly, that's what it's going to take. You know, they want to have so much that they can't, have much of a defense.
And that's how I felt for Celeste Rivas. And I covered that case a lot. And I felt so bad because I felt like, you got enough. We all see it.
Yeah.
Right? I told you, I'd already known pretty much what had happened from the very beginning.
Yeah.
And I didn't ever leak it. And it's like, I knew they had enough from the start. And I'm like, okay, you got all of that and the Uber that brought her there. You know exactly what time she was brought to that home. You got everything. You got all the camera footage. So why? No, and then of course, what do they say? Well, we had to get 150%.
Right.
I'm sorry, they did overkill. They're at 200+% in that case.
Right.
You care about this? He'll never walk out of that jail.
Right.
I don't care who he is. I don't care if he is a millionaire. He ain't walking out of that jail.
Yeah. No money gonna get him out.
He ain't walking out. He gonna plead. He gonna plead like a little baby. He gonna plead just like Stone. Son, you take the plea. Please don't put me in that chair. That's how they are. Brian Kohlberger the same way.
Yeah.
But I don't think I would ever let Brian Kohlberger plea unless he had told me what everything was. I think I would have kept that because they had enough to get him anyway. His DNA was all over that house.
Yeah.
6 different places. And he was busted. A lot of people don't know that because it never had to go to trial. But they had his DNA and fingerprints in 6 different spots in that home.
Yeah, I had never heard that.
It was on the handrail. It was here. It was there. It was on the step, on the back sliding door, on the back porch. Like he had left because he cut himself.
Yeah.
I mean, they had, not only did they have the nice seat, they had everything else.
Right. Right.
And they had him from the get-go, and he knew it. He just tried to play that little game of, I'm going to try to be smarter than you. When he realized he couldn't win, and his sister turned against him, it was over.
Yeah.
His sister was going to testify. As soon as he found out his sister was on the list, he pleaded in 2 days.
Yeah.
So what does that tell you? He knew it was over. Because I think his sister knew something all along. I hate to say it, but I think she knew way more. She's the one that accused him when he got home, remember?
Right. She did.
She left. She was scared. She didn't want to be in that house around him.
Mm-hmm.
And then, of course, they all get put in zip ties. I'm like, she's probably sitting there saying, see, I told you, Mom. I told you. Yeah, that's what she's saying.
Yeah.
I told you, Mom, it was coming. I mean, because they came in. They broke the glass out. They just came.
They went barreling up in there.
It was a knocking warrant.
Yeah.
They were supposed to knock. And then when they saw him in the garage throwing things out,
yeah,
that's when they called and said he's getting rid of evidence and said, okay, kick it. And they had to sign it like right then and there while they were getting out of the car to go kick it. Like, it was that quick. They were supposed to knock. And it changed all in a matter of seconds. And so they just bum rushed the house because they knew he wasn't near where his firearm was. Remember, he had a firearm in his room. He had, I think, a handgun in his room, remember? Or something in a box.
Right.
And they were worried that he was going to have it on him or be able to get to it.
Right.
So when they were able to identify him in the garage and knew he didn't have nothing on but shorts and a hoodie, that's when they decided to go in.
Yeah.
And boy, did they ever. I would love to see that body cam footage.
Ooh, that would be fun to watch, wouldn't
it? They swarmed him like bees. I mean, they got his whole family, sat him on the fireplace mantle. Like, they took him down in a heartbeat. It scared him so bad.
Oh, I can imagine his eyes getting so big. I would love to watch that.
He knew, man, and then he knew, I'm sure, in his head, like, they watched me take that track to the neighbors. They've been watching me for days. Like, he knew it.
Yeah.
He knew it. He knows how the system works.
Well, I think we're going to get off of here. Thank you so much for coming on with us again.
You're so welcome.
I appreciate
I
it.
hope I can help a little bit.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
But we need to do it as a live next time, maybe on Fire Chat or something.
Okay. We'll work on
I
it.
think that maybe that they would like that a little better.
Okay.
And then let them call in, right? We got to get more people. Y'all are going to have to start calling.
Yeah.
I'm talking to you, chat. Whoever's left that hasn't passed out yet. I know we old and we go to bed early. But still, y'all got to start calling in. Y'all got to get brave enough to call that number.
Yeah.
I'd love to hear y'all and your voice and put a voice with a name. And you know what I mean? That's just how I am. Because you never know who you're going to meet, right?
Right.
You never know. Like, there could be somebody in this chat right now that saw something, that may know something, that they don't realize what they know could be an answer.
Very much so.
And that's what's crazy, because they're all digging. They're all invested, which I'm so proud to say that they're all invested. Y'all all pat yourself on the back. Y'all all deserve it. So
I tell them all the
y'all
time,
have
man.
a wonderful, blessed night. Get some sleep, and we'll do it again if y'all want to.
All right. We will. Thank you
All
so
right,
much.
y'all have a good night. Me and Ruby are signing out.
All right. Talk to you
All right,
later. Okay.
God bless everyone. All right, bye-bye.
Bye. Well, guys, I hope y'all enjoyed that. Like what we played with Ken Widener saying, we are not sure what this boy is wearing. That was a huge statement. And that was put out 24 hours later, 27 hours later. Sebastian's case is one that will hold on to all of us. We're all invested. We're so into this case. And we're not going to just sit back and watch it go by. But I will say this. I live for the day that we see justice for Sebastian, because that young man deserves it. He so deserves it. And to see the poll tonight to show how everybody is just split down the middle and has different opinions on it, you know, that's where I've always been, 50-50. One way or the other, I could see it. And there's only one way or the other how things played out. But until someone tells the truth for a change, we're going to keep sitting here. We're going to keep questioning things, and we're going to keep calling it as we see it and show why we're thinking this way. You know, we have to keep doing it. Okay, Brenda, I will definitely check your email as soon as I get off of here. I really will. I promise you. And so anyways, you know, these kids are what we're here for. There has been lots and lots and lots of drama. And just like tonight in chat, you know, some people are so idiotic that they think they're being overlooked and nobody's noticing. I am. Thank you, Keely. You're doing just what you should do, girl. Thank you so much for being so brave and speaking up like you do. Well, sounds like Ziva's got to go out again, so I better get going. I am doing okay, though, Keely. Don't you worry about me, girl. I got this. I promise you. Guys, I appreciate it, and thanks to Rich coming up. I just enjoy hearing someone else's perspective and how they see things, because like I said, if we can't just step back a little bit and take another look, we might be missing some things, and it's something that could be very important. And so we're going to do what we've got to do to be able to look at all these cases and look at them from different angles and go back and re-listen to those very beginning times when those words were spoken, but we just heard the general conversation happen, but we didn't hinge on the wording they used. So that's what we're going to be trying to accomplish here over time. And I appreciate y'all coming and hanging out here tonight with me. It means the world. Thank you for the gifts. Thank you for the super chat and the new memberships. I appreciate y'all so much. Y'all give me every ounce of strength I need to get these lives going and to continue to come back every day. I appreciate y'all. I hope y'all know that. And guys, with that being said, before Ziva about pees on the floor, I better get going. She's over there whining. so y'all be good, be safe out on these streets, and as always, until next time, love and hugs, everybody. Good night.